happens with Jalen Polk and Javon Baker, the disappointing 2024 draft picks. Yeah, right. As Rabel and company built the roster with team culture in mind, there are still free agent players for them to consider. Cam Robinson, Tevin Jenkins, Amari Cooper, Steph Diggs, Elijah Moore, Tyler Lockett, Keenan Allen. They attacked the first week of free agency with urgency, tilted heavy towards defense. The lingering question, what about the offense? Oof. That's for Reese, that's turning the heat up. For Reese, that's, I mean, you know, that's hot fire there from Mike Reese. And I agree with every word of it. I may have been a little harsher, but I think the tone is there. You can't be going on a wing and a prayer here, guys, and that's sort of what you're doing right now. And look, there are not a lot of options left for you. Garrigian, same thing. Listen, you're out of options here. You got to start looking at Travis Hunter. And eventually, time's going to run out. And I'm not saying that they have to do this to appease the fans, because appeasing fans is an impossible ask. But think about your quarterback. Think about your second-year quarterback. Think about what the other second-year quarterbacks are getting from their teams at the moment. Jaden Daniels, who's getting new wide receivers. Caleb Williams, who's getting an entirely new offensive line. Just think about it. Just, look at that. It's important to make the defense better, and I'm sure that's where Mike Vrabel feels more comfortable with spending big money and making big splashy signings. But you can't forget about your quarterback.
Is Travis Hunter not going to go top 3? Have people already kind of decided that?
I don't think so. I think he's going to go second. I think he'll go to Cleveland, and if he doesn't go to Cleveland, I think he goes to the Giants. I think the Titans will probably end up going with Ward. I think. But I don't. I mean, this is one of those drafts, Jacob, where you don't know anything. I mean, really, we have no idea. I don't know who's going first, second, third, or fourth. I don't know. I know who the names are that are probably going to be in the top 4, but I don't know what order they're going in. All of the teams so far have played their hands very close to the vest, and I think that's kind of cool. I like that. I like that we may be very surprised on draft day. Now, we could be surprised with big trades or whatever, but no matter what the trade is, no matter who goes where or what, it's going to be something that, if you get it right, you get it right. But it's not like everyone's been printing the same mock draft of, 1, 2, 3, 4. We all know that. Last year, it was all the same. We all know who 1, 2, and 3 are going to be. What about number 4? Is it going to be Joe Alt or Marvin Harrison or whoever else? Like, that's when the questions started. Questions start this year from number 1 all the way down. I have no idea who's going to go 1, 2, 3, or 4. And that's kind of fun. I mean, that's kind of exciting. 617-779-7937 is the phone number. That was the voice of Jacob Lassner. He'll get you caught up on what's trending. When we come back, unfortunately, we have to talk about the Bruins and maybe a bit of a Viking funeral here for them. As it seems like this season is now starting to spiral out of control very quickly after a couple of dead cat bounce wins. Here's Jacob, and we're right back.
Now, here's what's trending on WEEI.
The Bruins lost 6-2 to the Lightning after surrendering 3 second-period goals. They got outshot 21-0 in that period. The Celtics beat the Nets 115-113 in his first game back from illness. Kristaps Porzingis went for 24 points in 32 minutes. Peyton Pritchard broke the NBA record for most three-pointers made off the bench in a single season, surpassing Wayne Ellington's previous record of 218 set in the 2017-18 season. With 14 games remaining, Pritchard now sits at 220 made threes. The Red Sox are in action today against the Twins at JetBlue Park. It is Garrett Crochet Day. First pitch is at 1:05. Will Fleming and Middlebrooks are on the call right here on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network. Shaws, perfecting the art of fresh. The Men's Hockey East Tournament semis are set. BU versus UConn and Maine versus Northeastern. And today is Selection Sunday, so stay tuned for the March Madness. Who's going to make it? Who's not? My name's Jacob Laster, and that's what's trending now on WEEI and WEEI.com.
Do you own a small business in New England with 30 employees or less? Then you can enter at WEEI.com to win a free commercial to run during the Red Sox opener. All produced by us for our Small Business Hits It Big contest. We'll throw in 49 more commercials to promote your company in April, plus an interview about your business on The Greg Hill Show. All for free if you win. Head to the WEEI.com contest page right now to register. It's the Small Business Hits It Big contest. From your home of the Sox, WEEI.
Mom, I need to lay low for a few days.
Lay low? What's going on?
I only paid for this Hyundai Tucson.
Christopher Allen Lynch.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. Get the car or SUV you want at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0.99% APR for 60 months or $7,500 EV bonus on the Hyundai Ioniq 5. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today. Offers end March 31st. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
Homes.com is the only place where you can find specialized neighborhood guides with the in-depth insider info home shoppers want. Very in-depth info. Want to know if there's homes for sale in the area? We've got it. How long has a home been on the market? We'll know it. Average lot size? Uh-huh. Proximity to local parks? Of course. Insight into your neighbor's divorce? We're working on it. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
Let's talk numbers. In-person therapy can cost anywhere from $100 to $250 per session, which adds up. But with BetterHelp Online Therapy, you can save on average up to 50% per session. Therapy should feel accessible, not like a luxury. With over 30,000 therapists, BetterHelp has served over 5 million people globally and helps you fit therapy into your busy life. Your well-being is worth it. Visit BetterHelp.com/grow today to get 10% off your first month.
Robert Half research indicates 9 out of 10 hiring managers are having difficulty hiring. If you have open roles, chances are you're feeling this too. That's why you need Robert Half. Our specialized recruiting professionals engage their skills with our award-winning AI to connect businesses of all sizes with highly skilled talent in finance and accounting, technology, marketing and creative, legal and administrative, and customer support. At Robert Half, we know talent. Visit roberthalf.com today.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right, so we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
The best day for great deals on everything for spring is one day, as in the Macy's One Day Sale. Find the best prices of the month on spring essentials, from handbags starting at $49.99 to sheets starting at just $9.99. From 40 to 50% off new looks for the family to 40 to 50% off mattresses from Serta and more. And you can earn rewards even faster during Star Money bonus days. It's a day that's unlike any other day. The Macy's One Day Sale, today. Savings off already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
Sometimes it feels like the world is moving at hyperspeed and you can't keep up because it's one thing then another. And don't forget the meeting and the yoga class and the dinner reservation. But then you get into the all-new Nissan Murano and you feel the breeze from the panoramic moonroof while the massaging seats melt away the tension of the day. And you realize that sometimes the greatest rush is not rushing at all. Shop the all-new Murano at nissanusa.com. Panoramic moonroof massaging leather appointed seats are available features.
Now, more of it. Sunday Mass with Christian Arcan on WEEI.
The pressure is what you put in tires, Dupes. It's more the factor that I know that we have something in here to be successful, and we don't get results. That's frustrating. And we just got to keep ourselves to a standard that hasn't been met every game, and that's something that we need to work on. And that's experience in the bank, though. And guys that are going through this right now are going to get experience, and that's going to help us in the future. And right now, it's all we control is day at a time. And, all we got to do is just capitalize on our positives and move forward. And we have another game on Monday, and that's what we need to look forward to.
But I follow a account on Twitter called Stacco. Stacco, I don't know how he pronounces it, but Staco. And it's this guy, he has like a police scanner. And he types up all the stuff going around in the city all the time. You remember during the during the manhunt after the marathon bombing when everyone suddenly was like, had all these police scanners and everyone was listening to the police scanners trying to see if they were going to catch him. This guy does that like all the time. And he has like a whole team of people and they just keep you updated on what's going on and like, police calls at various points in the city. And days like today, I scroll through his feed and it doesn't seem like it's too crazy. It doesn't. We got West End, 2 men fighting, and outdoor escalator at TD Garden, both wearing green shirts, obviously. Let's see. Woman hurt her finger near South Boston Library on East Broadway. She's going to make it. Doesn't seem too bad. Group of youths attempting to push over a row of porta potties on A Street and Binford Street at 9:27 a.m. All right. I mean, listen, don't push over porta potties. I told you gave very specific instructions of don't be a knucklehead. Pushing over porta potties, knucklehead behavior. What's the end game there? Best case scenario, it doesn't spill onto you. You get that weird mix of blue water and whatever else. It's just, who needs that? Knucklehead behavior. Knock it off. I was very clear. But it doesn't seem like, other than that, it seems like it's going okay. So, good for you, Boston. Good job. Although there's still a lot of time left in the day. It's only, 12:30? I know that's like happy hour on St. Patrick's Day, 12:30, but let's try and keep it together, okay? Jeremy Swayman, after that game, I kind of appreciated what he was saying there. And he talked about leadership and, if he can, I think he feels like if he's able to play better, if he can go out there and be better, then maybe these guys can fall in line behind him. And I think that's a fine sentiment to have, but we're a little late in the game for that this year. I think that it's hard for a guy who's having a season like he is to be able to lead the locker room. Even if he gets a little hot right now, it's like, they've been out there all season. We've watched what you've put out, and it's been rough. I mean, it's been a rough year for Jeremy Swayman. Whenever it seems like he's making progress, he takes a giant leap backwards. It does seem as though the workload is something that maybe is not ready for. That game with Allmark, and I heard them talking about this on Sunday Skate, and I agree. That game with Allmark was eye-opening. Swayman had a horrific game, and Allmark was pretty good. Allmark had an amazing save and was generally pretty good. And he's had a pretty good year. Not a great year, but definitely better than Swayman. And he's played about half the games because he's still in a... what did McLaughlin say? Platoon? How did he say it? Bridget was all over him. It was really fun. Platoon, that's right. I was cracking up when I heard that because Bridget was all over him. It was relentless. And it was right. I mean, he does say it weird. Platoon. I don't know why that was so funny, but it was. Anyway, Allmark's still on a platoon. And Swayman, I mean, it's not like he plays 100% of the starts, but he's going, much more than Allmark is and much more than most goalies. A lot of goalies are in platoons. But Swayman wanted to get paid to be the number one guy, and he is, and he's struggling with it this year. There's no other way to say it. But I'm not going to throw that Tampa Bay game on Swayman. I mean, he could have been better. And he could have stole it, I guess, while being under siege and being bombarded, and a guy making $8.25 million at some point is going to have to go out and do that, and he hasn't really done that ever this year. He's had a couple of good games and some shutouts, so it's not like he's been just a complete unmitigated disaster every game. But he's not been good, and the bad has outweighed the good almost every week. I mean, you barely have a week goes by where you feel like he outperformed the bad starts. It's not clicking for him this year. But that Tampa game, come on. You can't get outshot 20-0 in a period and blame the goalie. I mean, you just can't. I'm sorry. That's some of those goals were a little soft, maybe, but 20-0 shots is preposterous. I mean, that's outrageous. The final tally was 40-12, which in some ways is kind of amazing that they had 2 goals on 12 shots. That's pretty efficient for these Bruins, if we're being honest here. But I'm still horrified that that's all they were able to muster against a team that wasn't going to get surprised by them again. I think that's really the big part of it here. Tampa Bay, they just got seen by the Bruins last week. So did Florida. And I think they realized, okay, we can't take them lightly again. They just blew up their team, Probably thought we could skate right over them. But this is let's lock in here, guys, and let's go out there and give a real effort. And they did, and it was a bloodbath. I mean, that was brutal yesterday. That was a brutal watch. And I hate to put it in these terms, but you kind of have to. I'm not going to deny what I'm seeing right in front of my face, but this is what this team is. I mean, this is what they've been most of the year. This is a worse version of what they were with Coyle and Marchand and Carlo and the rest of those guys, Brajo, but it's not much different. I mean, it's the same kind of problems. It's the same kind of sloppy play in their own end. It's the same kind of inability to break out. It's the same kind of offensive stagnancy that you just look at and you go, when is this team ever going to figure it out? And when it matters, they can't. When it matters, they just can't get there. They can do what any team can do when they fire their coach and win a couple of games. And they can do what any team does when they have a big dramatic trade deadline and win a couple of games with the emotional lift you get after that. But, that's over. I think that's very clearly over now. If you needed any any reassurance, I think that was basically it right there. Ottawa was step one. This was step two. And who do they have tomorrow? Buffalo? I mean, Buffalo sucks, but Buffalo beat you before the Four Nations. I'm not taking Buffalo lightly. Bruins will probably be favorited, but I'm not betting on them. I mean, there's no way. And that's a shame. As the wild card standings look right now, the Bruins are 4 points back of the Blue Shirts in New York, who have 72 points. That's 1 up on Montreal, 2 up on Columbus, who was just there, and 4 up on Detroit and Boston. The Ottawa Senators now up to 77 points. They occupy the first wild card spot. So you're a full 9 points behind the top wild card, and 4 points behind the second one, with 3 teams in your way, including the team that's there right now. It's over. It's over. I'm not really. I'm not worried about counter programming against Bruins playoff games this summer. I'm just not. I think this is it. This was the likely outcome when you make a move like you did last week. And it may be sort of tough to stomach because it's been a while. It's been almost a decade since they missed the playoffs. And it's been almost 2 decades since they really blew it up like this. I mean, this is we don't see this very often with this organization. They have done a good job of avoiding days like this and years like this and ends of seasons like this. But every now and again, and it's not been often, but every now and again you got to pay the bill. And it's come. And here we are. 617-779-7937 is the phone number. I think with the Bruins looking this way now and the excitement of those couple of wins basically being over, it's time to start thinking draft pick. It's time to start thinking what this rebuild's really going to look like. And I don't think it's going to have much to do with Brad Marchand. And I heard Bridget talking about this in Marchand's press conference about how, there was probably a point in time where he thought, yeah, they'll trade me and then I'll just come back. And now it seems like that's much less likely. I don't think that was ever a real serious possibility. I guess it could have happened, but I never thought that if they traded him, they'd just immediately re-sign him back here. Especially if they trade him to a good team and he's back in the playoffs and producing for a team on a run to the Stanley Cup. Like, I don't know. You go from that, you go out and become a free agent. You get offers from maybe not that same team you were just on if you're Brad Marchand. Maybe the Panthers don't pony up whatever it is that you're asking for, but maybe some other team in the playoff picture does. Maybe Ottawa does. Right? I mean, maybe Carolina does. New Jersey's having a good year. Maybe New Jersey does, or Toronto, or Tampa Bay, or who knows. Or maybe out west, the Avalanche do. That was the plan all along, right? Maybe they do that in the offseason. They got the Marchand, Crosby, McKinnon line. Or Dallas, or Winnipeg, or who knows? I don't know. I mean, but there's going to be a lot of teams out there, good teams, that when Marchand becomes a free agent are going to want to talk to him. And he's going to want to, come back to the Bruins for this? If I was him, I wouldn't. I mean, listen, he loves the city, you can tell. I mean, all those guys did. They loved it here. They didn't want to go anywhere. They wanted to play their whole careers here, which, it would have been nice if they had won a little more in their careers, I think. It would have really made that a much more touching story, this big dynasty, and these guys all just wanting to stay, but it ended up being won 14 years ago and some disappointing playoff exits since then. It was still a fine time to be a Bruins fan, all right? There's been much worse times. But it wasn't exactly the 70s. And all that to say this, you may be looking at a multi-year thing here. And it may be more than that. I don't think it should be. You have David Pastrnak, you have Charlie McAvoy. I do believe Jeremy Swayman is better than the Jeremy Swayman that we've seen this year, because we've seen better Jeremy Swayman than this. I don't know if that means you got to scale back his workload or what exactly that means. Maybe this is the year where he had to get acclimated to it. Maybe he'll never get acclimated to it. I don't know. But I know that he's better than this. At least I hope so. But I think if you have those pieces in place, it shouldn't be a decade-long rebuild. It just shouldn't. You should be able to retool around that. I think when Neely said retool, he meant it. You did blow up the roster a bit, but you didn't trade Pastrnak. You didn't trade McAvoy. You probably couldn't trade Swayman. Like, who wants to take him? But you definitely got Pastrnak and McAvoy. Someone would have taken those two if you really wanted to blow it up kaput. And they didn't. And I think that that's going to, or should anyway, facilitate a quicker rebuild. It doesn't have to be, like Toronto going in the cellar forever and then finally getting their three guys, It doesn't have to be like that. And I think the Bruins are conscious of that. But it's going to be, I think, a interesting test here. Will the Jacobs be able to go along with this? Will they be able to go along? It might not be 10 years, but if it's 3 years, is that too many years? Is a 3-year rebuild too long? And I don't mean before you get back to the playoffs, but let's say that. Let's say it's 3 years before they're back in the playoffs. They have to really they hit the bottom and then build their way back up. They do it through the draft. They get some promising players there. They spend a little bit more money, maybe make a few more trades, get younger, get faster. Start building something that's going to take over when the Pastrnak and McAvoy generation ages out. Right? I mean, that's how you do it, isn't it? That's how they did it back in the 2000s. They went back there and drafted. They had a bunch of bad years, and they went out and they drafted, and they ended up with these young forwards, and they all grew up together, and they all took over when Samsonov and Allison and, the rest of those guys all were gone. And then they won a Stanley Cup in 2011. This is the process. It can be a long process, but it doesn't have to be. And I think the Bruins still have plenty of things in place right now, plenty of pieces that should keep that in the relative. Maybe not exactly what we're accustomed to, but it's not really about what we're accustomed to. It's about what the owners are accustomed to. And are they going to see this through? Do they want to see it through with Don Sweeney? And I think that's a fair question, too. This rebuild is going to involve lots of draft picks. It already has. I mean, they brought in a bunch of draft picks. And I think that when you do that, when you have a real serious draft pick influx, it's fair to take a look at your drafter, at the guy that's going to be in charge of making those picks and what that's going to mean. And how has he done in making these draft picks recently? How has he looked? What kind of success rate has he had? And I think that Sweeney's draft record is one of those things that's really easy to just dismiss and say, these just sucks at drafting. And, it becomes such a cliche that sometimes you want to go back and really look at it. But then you go back and look at it and it's like, yeah, no, it really is. It's really like that. It's not, no one's exaggerating. Like, you're not talking about anything here. McAvoy, 14th overall pick, good pick. Frederick, gone. Vakanainen, Studnicka, Swayman, I guess I thought was a good pick. I don't know anymore. Axel Anderson, Lauko, he's back. Beecher, Lohrei, Poitras, Lysell. Pelosi, Letourneau, who I just heard someone complaining about on Sunday Skate. That big kid. I mean, it's been rough. It's been rough sledding outside of like maybe one or two picks in those 10 years. And it catches up to you. It's not quite the same as it is in the NFL, where a couple years of bad drafts and you're completely sunk, like the Patriots are right now, and you got to draft your way out of it. But for the Bruins, it's been about 10 years. Like, you have to start drafting your way out of this. You have to start leaning on homegrown players. And they haven't been able to do that. They just haven't. They've had to keep bringing guys back and keep spending money in free agency and keep making trades at the deadline and then having to let those guys go. And it's just been this cycle. And they've had the talent in order to keep it going for a while and still be a respectable team that can make the playoffs and win a round or two. But that's it. That was the ceiling. And now the ceiling is something very different. And we'll see if the next thing that gets built in the footprint here, if that ceiling can maybe be a little higher. And with the draft record of Don Sweeney, I just don't know how you can feel super confident about it. But hey, this is going to be a different kind of draft. This isn't going to be picking at the end of the round. You may have a very high pick here, not to mention all the supplemental ones you got from the trades that you made. So maybe this will be a rare opportunity for Sweeney, where he has a lot of picks and a lot of capital. And I know the last time that happened was 2015, and that was the DeBrusque draft where he whiffed on everybody, and we don't have to go back over that because we've made a lot of noise about that. But hopefully he's learned something here in the past decade. 617-779-7937 is the phone number. Quick break. When we come back, Red Sox preview, as we'll send things over to Will and Will Fleming and Will Middlebrooks on the call. For the Red Sox in Grapefruit League action this afternoon. We got the lineup for you. Garrett Crochet is going to be starting, and I have a little bit of an issue with something in the lineup today. Also going to catch you up on the Rafael Devers drama of the week. That's all coming up in the final segment next here on the Christian Arcand Show.
The Greg Hill Show.
No, I like to have fun.
Yeah, moves to the city becomes no fun.
I like to have fun. I just feel like there's so many knuckleheads and they get stupid.
I feel like the knuckleheads are always like of the older ilk. Like the ones that get too drunk.
Try that again.
I was close enough.
Did you miss something? Listen to the podcast on the Odyssey app or at WEEI.com. The Greg Hill Show, morning 6 to 10 on New England Sports Original. WEEI. WEEI.
Mom, I need to lay low for a few days.
Lay low? What's going on?
I only paid for this Hyundai Tucson.
Christopher Allen Lynch.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. Get the car or SUV you want at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0.99% APR for 60 months or $7,500 EV bonus on the Hyundai Ioniq 5. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today. Offers end March 31st. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
With comprehensive reports on local schools you won't find anywhere else, Homes.com is the only place to find the in-depth info home shoppers want. Very in-depth info. Curious about where a school ranks in the state? Look no further. Percentage of teachers in their first or second year? We've got it. Lowest student-teacher ratio? No problem. The best cafeteria lunch in the district for your 9-year-old food blogger? Would it surprise you if we said yes?
Homes.com. We've done your homework.
Let's talk numbers. In-person therapy can cost anywhere from $100 to $250 per session, which adds up. But with BetterHelp Online Therapy, you can save on average up to 50% per session. Therapy should feel accessible, not like a luxury. With over 30,000 therapists, BetterHelp has served over 5 million people globally and helps you fit therapy into your busy life. Your well-being is worth it. Visit BetterHelp.com/grow today to get 10% off your first month.
Robert Half research indicates 9 out of 10 hiring managers are having difficulty hiring. If you have open roles, chances are you're feeling this too. That's why you need Robert Half. Our specialized recruiting professionals engage their skills with our award-winning AI to connect businesses of all sizes with highly skilled talent in finance and accounting, technology, marketing, and creative, legal and administrative, and customer support. At Robert Half, we know talent. Visit roberthalf.com today.
Order for Jennifer C.
Is this my double shot, double cream, double froth, double pump, double whip, double sleeve?
Yeah. Can you handle that much caffeine?
Did you know Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year? Oh, really? That's great.
Seriously, did you know Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Yeah, you just said that.
Did you say I just said that?
Yeah, I'm cutting you off.
I can't have any more? Why not?
You earn, we match. Discover Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
The best day for great deals on everything for spring is one day, as in the Macy's One Day Sale. Find the best prices of the month on spring essentials, from handbags starting at $49.99 to sheets starting at just $9.99. From 40 to 50% off new looks for the family to 40 to 50% off mattresses from Serta and more. And you can earn rewards even faster during Star Money bonus days. It's a day that's unlike any other day. The Macy's One Day Sale. Today. Savings off already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
Sometimes it feels like the world is moving at hyperspeed and you can't keep up because it's one thing then another, and don't forget the meeting and the yoga class and the dinner reservation, but then you get into the all-new Nissan Murano and you feel the breeze from the panoramic moonroof while the massaging seats melt away the tension of the day. And you realize that sometimes the greatest rush is not rushing at all. Shop the all-new Murano at nissanusa.com. Panoramic moonroof massaging leather appointed seats are available features.
DirecTV Stream has the most local MLB games, which means it's never been easier to.
Root for the home team.
So whether you're rooting for a
Safe.
or even a
Strike three.
or a
It's out of here.
root for your home team with DirecTV Stream, the most MLB games, period. Claim based on total games carried on sports networks. Sports availability varies by zip code and requires choice package.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install a Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/Odyssey to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/Odyssey for your free gutter inspection today. See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount. One discount per household.
Christian Arcand on WEEI.
All right, we got a couple of minutes left here. Happy early St. Patrick's Day, everybody. Happy Evacuation Day. It's Christian Arcand here, about to pass things over to Will Fleming and Will Middlebrooks. And they'll have the call for you as the Boston Red Sox continue with their spring training Grapefruit League schedule. It's the Minnesota Twins. And Garrett Crochet will be on the mound. Exciting. He's going to be your opening day starter. We found that out from Alex Cora yesterday or the day before. Your starting lineup looks like this. Jarren Duran leading off in left field, followed by Alex Bregman at third. Masataka Yoshida batting third and DHing. Trevor Story's your shortstop. Roman Anthony in right field. Connor Wong will do the catching and bat sixth. Romy Gonzalez in the 7th spot playing first base, followed by David Hamilton at second. Ceddanne Rafaela in the 9th spot in center field, all playing behind the starting pitcher Garrett Crochet. I have a bit of an issue with one part of that lineup. I have a bit of an issue with Masataka Yoshida. Now, not that he's in the lineup. I want him to be in the lineup. I think he's a good hitter. I want to see him out there. I have a bit of an issue with Masataka Yoshida only DHing this spring. I looked it up. Yoshida debuted. He started on the IL in February when spring training, when the game started. And he didn't make his debut until March 2nd. And since then, unless I missed one, he's played in 7 games and he's been the DH every single time. He's not played in the outfield yet. And why that bothers me is because I thought we were to believe that Bregman's playing third, Devers is DHing, and if Devers is DHing and you want to get Yoshida's bat in the lineup, then you're going to have to play him in the outfield, right? Well, then why isn't he playing in the outfield in the spring when the games don't count? Isn't this when you do that? Isn't this when you decide to make a concerted effort to improve this guy's defense or help this guy with his defense? You know he can hit. Now, Masataka Yoshida's in his 3rd year in the league, and in the first 2, he was an outfielder, and he played outfield in the spring, and we remember how that went. Maybe they figured, this guy's not getting any younger, and he's an old dog, and these are new tricks, and it's just, this is it. This is what we have. We're not gonna put him out there. But if you have to play him in the outfield, which it seems like you do, if Devers is DHing, and I don't know, listen, he's definitely going to DH to start the year. He's injured. I mean, he can barely get on the field. He just made his debut yesterday. He went 0 for 3. Bregman socked a tater, which was nice. And again, I mean, listen, he's getting a late start here, so I don't expect him to look 100% right away. He's not playing today. But I do expect him to DH. And I would say that even if Bregman wasn't on the roster right now, even if Bregman wasn't here, I would want Devers DHing. He can't get on the spring training field. You think I want him over there playing third base? No, I want the least amount of stress going on in his life that I could possibly imagine. Now, fortunately, he does seem to get all bent out of shape here about moving off of third base, but tough, tough, Raffy. Just show up in shape next time. Don't get hurt next time. Don't lead the league in errors every year. Don't do a lot of things if that's so important to you. What's important to the team is that you hit the ball. And we're going to designate you to hit the ball. And I know that, listen, we've heard from Bradford and other people who say when Devers is the DH and not the third baseman, his numbers take a hit. It's psychological. These are baseball players. They're all messed up in the head, all right? The baseball players, hockey goalies, I mean, really crazy people. I'm not trying to be funny. They're literally, they're out of their minds. All of them out to lunch. Razor's like a normal goalie, but he's a goalie. You can't shake it. He is very articulate and he knows his stuff and he's, great in the show. But he's deep down, he's just a goalie. Deep down, these guys are all just baseball players. They're all very wound up. And for whatever reason, Devers is really, really protective about that third base thing. So much so that McAdam told me the other day he had him not requesting, but he considered requesting a trade. And that his friends knew about it and someone was willing to talk to McAdam about it.
That was a very interesting conversation to me, Arkan, that you had with McAdam. What do you think was the scenario where he was talking to his friends about it, and how did McAdam find out?
It might have been the friends told the agent or somebody. I have no idea. I wouldn't even begin to pretend to know McAdam. He's been reporting on the Red Sox for a long time. He's got a lot of sources. He's got a lot of ins over there. He knows what people are talking about in those locker rooms, and he knows what people are talking about to their friends and their camp and all that. So when you say camp, I mean when you talk about that, and he used that word a few times. I always interpret that to mean agents and family. That's what the camp is, right? That's people who work for you and the people who are related to you. That's your friends, basically that's your camp. And if he was talking about that stuff, if that came up, then yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if McAdam got it. He's a very good reporter. He's one of the most responsible reporters I think that the Red Sox have ever had, honestly. So I'm not ever going to doubt anything, or you can take issue, I guess, with the fact that he said, they considered it. Yeah, okay, but I believe him. I believe that he was told that by someone who would know. That's absolutely what I believe.
Ken and Curtis were having a field day with that quote yesterday.
I mean, listen, it's fine. I mean, he may not have formally requested one, but I believe that, and I believe that is a window into his mind state. And we'll see. We'll see what he looks like DHing. If he goes to DH and he can't do it, then I think we'll all know that there's, another case of a very neurotic baseball player not being able to get out of his own head. I mean, this happens all the time. You watch when this thing comes out in April. Watch when this Red Sox documentary comes out, and you see a window into the minds of a professional baseball player, and you see how neurotic they all are. You're going to be shocked, I think, because it's pronounced. Anyway, that's all the time we have here today. I want to say thanks to all the callers. Get them next year, Dedham, and congratulations to Winthrop. My name's Christian Arcand. I'm back tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. I'll talk to you then. Enjoy Red Sox baseball with Will Fleming and Will Middlebrooks coming your way right here on Boston Sports Original WEEI. And happy Evacuation Day, everybody. Bye-bye.
Johnson.
Ian Brown, MLB.com.
One guy's going to break camp with the team. It's going to be Christian Campbell. The other two guys, they're locked on the roster right now. Roman Anthony, he looks like he's a stud waiting to happen. I mean, I think just not really a path for him right now, the way the outfield is set up.
Did you miss something? Listen to the podcast on the Odyssey app or at WEEI.com. Afternoons with Hart, Fitzy, and Johnson. Weekdays 2 to 6 on New England Sports Original, WEEI.
Mom, I need to lay low for a few days.
Lay low? What's going on?
I only paid for this Hyundai Tucson.
Christopher Allen Lynch.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. Get the car or SUV you want at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0.99% APR for 60 months or $7,500 EV bonus on the Hyundai Ioniq 5. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today. Offers end March 31st. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
Homes.com has collaboration tools to help home shoppers search, share, and discuss home shopping with family, friends, and their agent directly through the site. Though it was fun to get that email from your husband about that 3-bedroom in the hills, to which you replied via text that you would never live in the hills and you'd like to find a 3-bedroom closer to the beach. To which he replied, "Why are you so uncompromising?" A fun way to spend an afternoon, but we think it's just a tad bit easier our way.
Homes.com. Ding dong. We've done your homework.
Let's talk numbers. In-person therapy can cost anywhere from $100 to $250 per session, which adds up. But with BetterHelp Online Therapy, you can save on average up to 50% per session. Therapy should feel accessible, not like a luxury. With over 30,000 therapists, BetterHelp has served over 5 million people globally and helps you fit therapy into your busy life. Your well-being is worth it. Visit BetterHelp.com/grow today to get 10% off your first month.
Robert Half research indicates 9 out of 10 hiring managers are having difficulty hiring. If you have open roles, chances are you're feeling this too. That's why you need Robert Half. Our specialized recruiting professionals engage their skills with our award-winning AI to connect businesses of all sizes with highly skilled talent in finance and accounting, technology, marketing, and creative, legal and administrative, and customer support. At Robert Half, we know talent. Visit roberthalf.com today.
Thanks for calling Discover. This is Nia.
Hi, Nia. It's Jennifer. Did you know that Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Yeah, I work here.
Okay. I was just double checking. Get it?
Because Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Oh, you get me, Nia.
You could say that I double get you.
I guess we've taken it too far.
You earn, we match. Discover Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
The best day for great deals on everything for spring is one day, as in the Macy's One Day Sale. Find the best prices of the month on spring essentials, from handbags starting at $49.99 to sheets starting at just $9.99. From 40 to 50% off new looks for the family to 40 to 50% off mattresses from Serta and more. And you can earn rewards even faster during Star Money bonus days. It's a day that's unlike any other day. The Macy's One Day Sale. Today. Savings off already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
Sometimes it feels like the world is moving at hyperspeed and you can't keep up because it's one thing then another, and don't forget the meeting and the yoga class and the dinner reservation, but then you get into the all-new Nissan Murano and you feel the breeze from the panoramic moonroof while the massaging seats melt away the tension of the day. And you realize that sometimes the greatest rush is not rushing at all. Shop the all-new Murano at nissanusa.com. Panoramic moonroof massaging leather-appointed seats are available features.
Take me out to the ball game.
What are you doing?
Did you know DirecTV has the most MLB games?
So, you're singing.
Yeah, they put your favorite teams front and center right when you turn it on. Buy me some cold cuts and flapjacks.
Those aren't even the words.
I'm allergic to peanuts.
Stream DirecTV, home of the most MLB games. Visit DirecTV.com. Claim based on total games offered on national and regional sports networks. RSNs available with choice package or higher. Availability of RSNs varies by zip code and package.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install a leaf filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/Odyssey to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/Odyssey.
And save. Get more with Geico.
Red Sox spring training. It's gone! Into the bullpen. Swing and a miss. He got him!
On the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Rafael Devers is not human!
Getting you ready for the 2025 season. Now, with all the play-by-play action, here's Will Fleming and Will Middlebrooks.
Live from Hammond Stadium in Fort Myers, Florida, it is a bright, sunshiny, humid Sunday afternoon, and today the Red Sox get a look at their new ace. Their opening day starter, Garrett Crochet, makes his 4th start of spring. He is on the mound. A lot of the big boys in the lineup today for Alex Cora, and they'll be tested. Pablo Lopez, one of the Twins' best, is on the mound for Rocco Baldelli. No Devers today, but Duran, Bregman, Yoshida, Story, and Roman Anthony will bat 5th. What a spring for him. Will Middlebrooks is with us. Gonna have some fun on a Sunday afternoon in Fort Myers. The Sox and the Twins Grapefruit League action lineups and first pitch next on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
With all the money you can save on gas when you use the Club Citgo Rewards app, you're good to go. But good to go where? Good to go fly first class?
Hot towel.
Cool. Good to go to the opera. Good to sit ringside at a boxing match. Good to go salsa dancing? Tap dancing? Or polka dancing? Download Citgo's money-saving Club Citgo app today. The easiest way to save money on fuel. Now you're good to go.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate your car today at carsforkids.org. Your car, running or not, can be picked up as soon as the next day. No title? No problem. Call 877-CARS-FOR-KIDS or go online at carsforkids.org to donate today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Get St. Patrick's savings today at Shaws and Star Market. Signature Select Corned Beef Point Cut is just $1.27 a pound, and green cabbage is 17 cents a pound when you use a digital coupon. Both limit to while supplies last. Shaws and Star Market, perfecting the art of fresh.
You're listening to Red Sox Spring Training Baseball
on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
It is hot, it is humid, and the Red Sox just come down Daniels Parkway in Fort Myers to play their neighbors, the Minnesota Twins. And another opportunity to see Garrett Crochet, Will Fleming, and Will Middlebrooks as the Red Sox just about ready to get into the final full week of spring training. And Will, you've been in enough camps. This is the time, I think, when things start to feel a little different. You can finally feel the end of the road here in spring training. Roster decisions coming big time this week. Is there a different adrenaline for the players as we get into this final week of camp?
Absolutely, and I think that started yesterday. I felt it yesterday for a couple reasons. A lot of the starters played 7+ innings, which you don't really see until it's go time. And they were facing Chris Sale, and they were absolutely challenged at the plate yesterday facing the NL Cy Young.
Pablo Lopez is on the mound for the Twins here today, expected to slot right behind Joe Ryan at the top of their rotation. Here's the Red Sox lineup today. Jarren Duran has looked much better at the plate of late. He's heating up. He leads it off. Then Alex Bregman, he has exceeded every single expectation for the Red Sox. He bats second. He's the third baseman. So Devers and Abreu debuted yesterday. They get the day off today. Yoshida is the DH. He bats third. Trevor Story cleans up. He's the shortstop. Roman Anthony really making a late push here at the end of camp. He's in right field batting fifth. Connor Wong has scuffled at the plate. He will be the opening day catcher for Garrett Crochet. He bats sixth, and he is behind the plate. Romy Gonzalez is the first base batting seventh, and then David Hamilton, who's had a very nice camp, is the second baseman today. He bats eighth, and Sedan is in center. He bats ninth. Very quickly for the Twins, Willie Castro, Carlos Correa, Byron Buxton, and then Royce Lewis, Ty France, our old buddy Christian Vasquez. He bats sixth and catches Austin Martin, Deshaun Kersey Jr., and Jair Camargo, 7, 8, 9 for the Twins. It's a good problem to have at this time of camp, Will. The Red Sox roster is pretty much intact other than the back end of the starting rotation. Not a lot of jobs up for grabs, but you said something before the game that had not even really occurred to me, because Anthony is the number one prospect in baseball. He's not even on the 40-man roster, so the Sox would have to juggle some things around to make room for him. They will not have to do that for this man, because Jaron Duran broke out as a superstar in the game a year ago. He's ready to lead it off against Pablo Lopez, the 29-year-old right-hander. Big and lean into the line. The first pitch to Duran is up and in. A fastball, 1-0.
Yeah, Pablo Lopez, I don't look too much into spring training numbers, but over a 9 ERA, has not thrown the ball great here in camp over his 8 2/3.
1-0 to Jaron Duran. They play him straight up. The pitch is a strike on the outside corner. A little bit of curveball from Lopez. That's a weapon for him, and it's 1-1.
Yeah, and that's something that's what he's trying to work on, that sweeper, that curveball, because his breaking pitches were not great last year for him.
1-1. Pitch to Jaron is ripped up the middle into center field, a base hit. He is aboard for Bregman. Will, I think that Jaron, who is often so open about his own mental struggles, his own expectations being so high, I do think he came into this camp such a more confident player, and he has the idea now, build to the end and peak going into the regular season.
Absolutely. He knows what it takes now because he's done it, but there's something to just doing it at the big league level and proving yourself.
This man has to prove nothing. That's Alex Bregman, who takes a fastball for a strike, and it's 0-1. In camp this time last week, is it more likely that somebody like Duran might sort of try it on the base paths?
Yeah, now's the time. The body's feeling ready. They're starting to play on an everyday basis more. You're probably going to see him run today.
Bregman waits. He has been so hot. 0-1 and a swing and a foul on the first base side. Bregman 10 for 27 with 3 home runs. He's been awesome at third base. He was at third with Devers in the lineup yesterday. We've been saying it for weeks. That's what the Red Sox are going to do on opening day and going forward. Alex holds the bat straight up and down in front of his chest as Lopez peers over his left shoulder to Duran. Not going. The pitch popped up. Foul side of third. Out of play. Bregman has done what everybody expected him to do, Will, and that is show off the pull side power.
Which is built for where? Fenway Park. Great for Houston as well with the Crawford boxes.
But yesterday against Chris Sale, that shot to center field was maybe his most impressive swing of camp.
96, chest high. Just he gets from point A to point B quicker than anyone.
0-2. Duran creeping away from first base. Looks like he might go. He doesn't. Bregman swings and misses at a fastball 97 miles an hour. Alex turns around to Brian Onora and says, was that a strike? Brian nods yes. So there's the first out of the ballgame, and here comes Massa. For the Twins, defensively, Ty France is at first base, Willie Castro at second, Correa at short with Royce Lewis at third. Buxton in center field. Duran thought about it, stopped as Yoshida looks at a fastball a little bit low and outside for ball 1.
What the success of the Twins really hangs on Correa, Buxton, and Royce Lewis. If those 3 guys are healthy, this is a really good ball club offensively.
The problem is that especially with Lewis and Buxton, that has not happened nearly enough. 1-0 to the Macho Man. Pitch to him is a strike. High fastball. Right at the letters, and it's 1-1. The 3 of them are about the most talented natural athletes in the game. Buxton and Correa both number 1 overall picks, and Royce Lewis, the Grand Slam king a year ago. 1-1 to Yoshida. The pitch to him is a little bit outside. Yoshida's shoulder injury does appear to give the Red Sox a little roster flexibility going into opening day with all the other moving parts. I think they want him to be able to play the outfield. They want him to be able to throw, so still feels like he'll start the year on the injured list. 2-1. He takes outside 3-1.
So as of yesterday was Masa's first day throwing out to 90 feet. So with a labrum and those repairs and that the history he's had there over the past season, that takes time for that buildup. And if you do want him to play defense, you do want that arm ready.
If Duran's going to run today, this is the spot. 3-1 with a contact hitter in Yoshida. He goes. The pitch is driven high in the air into deep right center field. Buxton back on the track at the wall. It is off the wall. Duran stopped right around second. He heads for third. He is held there by Kyle Hudson. It's a wall ball single for Yoshida, and the Red Sox have him at the corners.
That ball was toward Twilly. The line drive. This thing didn't get much higher than the fence all the way out there, but great base running by Duran with Byron, knowing your center fielder, knowing Byron Buxton has the ability to catch just about anything. He got to this, but it was hit so hard that he just really didn't have a chance to glove it.
Well, the wind is howling out to left. If people like Story and Bregman can elevate to left, it will go. But that crosswind does knock balls down into right and especially into right center. So here is Trevor. Rough day at the plate yesterday, but a great camp. He takes a fastball inside. 4-1. Yoshida's so fascinating to me because Alex Cora is the easiest book in the world to read. He never says a word accidentally. He is so high on Yoshida. He thinks he could be a really important part of this team as Trevor drives one on the ground to third. It is off the glove of the third baseman Lewis, and that will score Jaron Duran. So the Red Sox put the ball in play. Duran scores, and it's 1-0.
And Duran was so close to the foul line there because you want to be in a direct line to home plate to score on a ball in the infield. That ball just about took him out. He had to jump out of the way. Royce Lewis, the dive down the line, knocks it down, bounces away from him, gives Duran a chance to score.
It's just amazing how often Jaron's great base running produces runs. Another example of it there here is Roman Anthony, who's just been on a tear this week. Left-handed hitter. Takes a little bit low. Good changeup there from Lopez that missed, and it's 1-0. But Alex thinks Yoshida really more injured than he let on last year and that he could be a real home run threat this season. Swings like that. I mean, the manager's on to something. Run in for the Sox. The pitch to Roman is down and in, and it's 2-0.
Something we saw with Moss over the last couple of years, he has multiple swings, right? He's got his driver he can pull out and let it eat when he gets in advantage counts. But we love when he gets to 2 strikes. He's so good at just bat-to-ball skills, which this team has lacked a lot over the last couple seasons.
One of the main reasons they love Bregman. 2-0. Let's see if Roman lets one off here. The pitch to him is a strike. Borderline pitch. Good take in a lot of ways, and it's 2-1.
Hey, these umpires know, too. Hey, you're a top prospect. This is your first camp. It's probably going to be chalk to chalk.
A bigger zone for the young
Swing
hitters.
the bat.
2-1 with 2 on. A run in. The pitch is a ball, a changeup that missed. And it's 3-1. That's one of the things about all three of these guys, Anthony, Campbell, and Meyer. They all feel the strike zone.
Such good. They're so good at recognizing pitches. Absolutely.
This is green light deluxe for Roman Anthony. 3-1 with 2 on and 1 out. The pitch is taken for a strike, and that's a changeup from Pablo Lopez, and that did not happen for Roman at AAA.
But the beautiful thing of that is the fact that he didn't swing. It wasn't like a 3-1, anything close. I'm hacking, trying to go deep. He didn't get his pitch, and he didn't swing.
So composed is Anthony. Different situation here, 3-2. Here's the pitch, and Roman takes a ball outside. That was a really good plate appearance for Anthony. Not expanding, and the bases are now loaded for Connor Wong.
I just want to say that's a 20-year-old, right? This you don't see that. There's a reason he's ranked where he is in the prospect list, but getting to see it in person against a guy like Pablo Lopez and other guys that he's faced this spring, it's been really special to see how mature and advanced his approach is.
Something that jumps off the page to the Red Sox front office, to every scout who watches Anthony. Well, this would be a good spot for Connor to have something good happen at the plate. Not that spring training means all that much, but of course he really fell off offensively in the second half of the season. Connor is 1 for 13 with 6 strikeouts. And while it's the last week of official camp for the Red Sox, Connor has just been playing in games for a little more than a week. Pitch is swung on and fouled off on the first base side. And out of play, it's 0-1. Sox looking to hang a crooked number here in the top of the first inning. And this inning alone has had a lot of the elements that make fans of the club so optimistic about what they can do offensively this year. 0-1 the pitch. Wong takes up and in 1-1.
They were the 10th best offense in baseball last year, and that's what the last month and a half was. They struggled a lot, especially for a month. But you add the pitching to this offense, and all of a sudden you're going, this is a good ball club.
1 ball, 1 strike. Bases loaded with 1 down. Pablo Lopez really battling. A ton of pitches in this inning. And now somebody calls time. Maybe Lopez steps off the rubber. Looking down into the Twins bullpen, you can understand they've got action going. This could be a spot where they take Lopez out in this first inning and bring him out for the second.
Ready, 22 pitches, just 1 out.
1-1 to Wong. The pitch is up and in. A fastball. This is the second time I've seen him in spring training. Lopez does not look sharp.
No, almost a 10 ERA this spring. I realize guys are working on things. ERAs don't mean a lot. He's always lacked the put-away pitch. That's what's killed him. He gets to 2 strikes quick, throws a lot of strikes, and then can't put guys away.
Backed up on the infield. 2-1 to Wong. The pitch. That's a really good one. A fastball on the black at 95 miles an hour, and it's 2-2.
Yeah, Willie, this team's going to score a lot of runs this year. I don't think there's any doubt about that. Now, if they stay healthy, which you can say that about most teams, they should do a lot of damage.
They just feel like they have so many more waves of players. 2-2 is high in the air into center field. Should be plenty deep enough to get Yoshida home. Buxton is back in front of the 405 marker, and Massa, perfect form, trots home. He scores. It's a sac fly for Connor Wong. That's a good AB, and it's 2-0 Red Sox.
It's great at bat. What you don't want to do as a hitter there is hit the ball on the ground, right? You don't want a double play ball. Ends the inning, lets him off the hook. You have to get a ball up in the air, which most of these hitters train that these days, so that's their stock swing is a fly ball. But that was a great at bat in that situation.
So here now, Romy Gonzalez. Christian Vasquez is going to come out in front of the plate to talk about what they might do if Roman Anthony takes off from first base. Pretty good foot speed on the bags right now for the Sox, with Trevor at third and Roman at first. And here now is Romy, who himself has been a little bit delayed here in camp, nagging injuries for him. The pitch is fouled off on the first base side. What a fun season for Romy a year ago. As a pinch hitter, so many big swings, big home runs, and he's so versatile.
He was, and he's just one of the good guys, too. He just comes in, he clocks in, he goes to work, and whatever Alex Cora says, hey, this is what we need you to do today, he's that guy.
Garrett Crochet will pitch when we get to the bottom of the first. Romy trying to make that a little longer wait. Here's the 0-1, and he's brushed back with a fastball at 96. I think that no matter what happens here, this will be Pablo Lopez's last hitter of this inning. If Romy reaches base, I think Pablo will come out and, you would think, then return for the second. 1-1 to Romy. They lead at the corners. The pitch. Swinging a high fly foul down the right field line and out of play. And it is 1-2 to Gonzalez. Good crowd here on a Sunday afternoon. There is no shade at Hammond Stadium, the home of the Minnesota Twins. I guess they call it Lee Health Ballpark these days, but just an amazing sun-splashed ballpark. The 1-2 to Romy is outside. 2-2, close pitch, called a ball. You got berms out in left field and down the right field line past the box seats. Metal bleachers just over the right field wall. I would imagine on a day like today, that's about the worst place to be in this searing heat. 2-2 to Romy. Runner Anthony goes, but a swing and a miss by Gonzalez. He is done, and the inning is over. The Sox do get 2. When we come back, Garrett Crochet takes the mound, pitching with a 2-0 lead. Bottom 1 next on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Get St. Patrick's savings today at Shaws and Star Market. Signature Select Corned Beef Point Cut is just $1.27 a pound, and green cabbage is 17 cents a pound when you use a digital coupon. Both limit 2 while supplies last. Shaws and Star Market, perfecting the art of fresh.
Hey, Joy. Oh, you are glowing. Oh, hey. More like Mirajoyed. That Miralax helped me go. I was so backed up. Tried mega coffees, prune juice, everything. Then Miralax. And hello, gentle relief without the harsh side effects.
Ooh, how does it work?
It works naturally with the water in your body for constipation relief. Find Miralax today at Walmart.
Use as directed for occasional constipation.
Transforming your land with a John Deere compact tractor is as easy as connect, latch, load, haul, spread. Cutting grass is as simple as roll, click, mow. Box blading is as effortless as hook, lock, grade. And backhoeing is as convenient as turn around, switch, dig. Because when you've got the versatility to tackle just about any job and dealer support in your own backyard, you just have to get in the seat. Find the right compact tractor for you at johndeere.com.
T-Mobile home internet is all about speed, value.
What you doing, Zach?
I'm rehearsing. There are so many benefits. You got to talk fast.
T-Mobile home internet ranks #1 in customer satisfaction for home wireless internet by J.D. Power.
Wow, you are good.
Try singing it. T-Mobile has price lock.
They won't raise your rate on internet.
Hulu and Paramount Plus on there.
Get T-Mobile home internet all in for just $55 a month with auto pay and any postpaid voice line.
Additional terms apply. For J.D. Power 2024 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards.
You're listening to Red Sox Spring Training Baseball on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Garrett Crochet is on the mound for the bottom of the first. The big, tall left-hander wasting no time. He fires at 95 on the outside corner for strike one. That straight arrow-like right leg comes up about hip high. Moving parts everywhere as Crochet fires an 0-1 that's fouled off on the first base side. Well, as Bregman has been on the hitting side, Crochet the same on the mound. The Red Sox, of course, made the big move for him. This is his fourth start, and here's all he's done. 6 1/3 innings. He's not allowed a run. 14 strikeouts, only 6 hits. I bet you he'd tell you he's upset that he's walked 5, but he has done everything the Red Sox hope for. The 0-2 is strike 3 called on the inside corner. 97. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Was that a challenge?
That is going to be a challenge.
It looked a little inside.
It looked a touch. It's tough to see. It was close.
Ooh.
Just in.
Wow.
It's going to tell you. It'll tell you how far, too. That's like
0.3 inches.
That's a lot.
That's by a seam that missed. This is my first game in a ballpark with the ABS system. I love it. 1-2. Here's the pitch. Popped up on the right side. Back on it goes the Red Sox first baseman, Romy Gonzalez. But in the end, it's Dave Hamilton, second, making the play. I don't think, Will, in the regular season, the Twins would have been happy with that challenge.
No, that's it. You would like to save those for high leverage situations, whether it's 7th inning on, bases loaded in a big spot, and it could get you a run or cost you a run there. So,
but in spring training,
you got it. You might as well use it, right?
He was right by 0.3 of an inch. Here's Carlos Correa, right-handed batter. So often an all-star World Series champion. Crochet misses outside with the fastball, and it's 1-0. And Crochet just looks the part on the mound. The pitch is a strike on the outside corner, 1-1.
In the words of our Lou Merloni, he's a pig.
He is.
He is the pig. I mean,
it's skin-tight pants with thighs the size of my waist. The 1-1 pitch is a foul ball on the first base side, although that's changing a little bit with too much fried shrimp here in Southwest Florida.
That'll do it.
But I mean, Crochet, he looks like an ace. If healthy, he could absolutely win the Cy Young in the American League. 1-2. Here's the pitch. Ooh, it almost hit him. That was the cut fastball. That cutter moves a lot down on the feet.
That looked like a slider from here, didn't it? It had a lot of break, and that's at 91 miles an hour. I mean, that's so tough. Now, his fastball shows up as a sinker because it's a two-seamer, right? And it moves a touch, but it's still 97 to 99.
Here's the 2-2 pitch, and it is swung on and missed. See you later. Correa is gone. And so now, in 7 innings, Crochet has 15 strikeouts.
As a hitter, it is so hard to face guys like this. One, his windup, the way he releases the ball, as long and lanky as those arms are, you feel like it gets on you, and you have to gear up and almost start your swing as it's leaving his hand, and then that makes you susceptible to everything else.
There is a little Randy Johnson in him in that way, as Byron Buxton swings and fouls a pitch straight back. Very nice play in the stands. Crochet, I mean, among the absolutely elite pitchers in the game last year. 4-seamer, cutter, sweeper, changeup, and an occasional real 2-seamer as the 0-1 misses outside. A changeup, first of those he's thrown, and it's 1-1. It's hard enough to hit the pitches he throws, the natural raw stuff. The 1-1 is a strike on the inside corner. People like Kevin Gossman have emulated Roy Halladay and others where just a little extra with the leg kick can distract a hitter and make a huge difference.
Absolutely, because as a hitter, you're just trying to find the window where the ball comes out, and that's where you want to set your vision.
1-2 is a little bit low.
But when
doubled
that
up
leg,
on the changeup,
that
2-2.
leg comes up, it gets your attention. It's hard not, because you're looking in that general vicinity, that general area where he's going to release the ball, and that's where the foot comes up.
Another thing I love about him, he works so fast.
Yes, he does.
2-2. Swing and a foul back. His right foot comes up. You look right there. It goes down, and then a millisecond later, the ball's right behind it.
97.
2 down, bottom 1. Red Sox leading 2-0. Jaron Duran sparked a rally. Trevor Story got a big hit. Yoshida involved. The 2-2 from Crochet. Strike 3 called. Got him with a nasty sweeper, and the inning is over. That's the guy who will start opening day in Texas, and who knows, maybe by then he'll have a long-term deal with the Boston Red Sox. What a start for Crochet and the Sox. We go to the second. 2-0 Boston from the Shaws and Star Market. WEEI, Red Sox Radio Network.
Mass Mutual is an official partner of the Red Sox. And as fans first, we know you're already zoning out. So here are 20 soothing seconds of Fenway sounds, because there's nothing like being at the ballpark. This meditation is brought to you by Mass Mutual, official partner of the Red Sox. Learn more at massmutual.com/Red Sox.
This is the story of the one. He's responsible for keeping a leading healthcare facility clean and safe. And he trusts Grainger's high-quality HVAC cleaning and safety products, combined with their world-class supply chain, to consistently deliver, ensuring he's covered inside and out, so he can focus on keeping his facility clean to help protect the health of everyone inside. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Mornings can start feeling the same. Wake up, brush teeth, go to work. But with breakfast from Wendy's, it's like, wake up, brush teeth, Baconate with a breakfast Baconator. Roll with a sausage breakfast burrito. Buddy it up with a Honey Buddy. Or get seasoned with seasoned potatoes. And then, go to work. Sorry. When you're ready for a fresh wake-up call, gotta be Wendy's.
At participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
Get St. Patrick's savings today at Shaws and Star Market. Signature Select Corned Beef Point Cut is just $1.27 a pound. And green cabbage is 17 cents a pound when you use a digital coupon. Both limit 2 while supplies last. Shaws and Star Market. Perfecting the art of fresh.
The Greg Hill Show, weekdays, 5:30 to 10.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
David Hamilton leads it off in the top of the second. Pablo Lopez continues in the game. David bluffed the bunt, pulled it back, but it was called a strike. Change up, and it's 0-1. Hammy takes another strike, and it's 0-2. It'll be David, and then Rafaela, and the leadoff man, Jaron Duran, in the top of the second. Hamilton has just had a wonderful camp and kind of a breakout season a year ago before injury got the best of him. The 0-2 is low. The Red Sox were at their best when Hamilton was flying around the bases. He solidified things at second base. He had power. He had clutch swings.
Like this team is at their best when they're active on the base paths.
1-2. Here's the pitch. And taken a challenge. Christian Vasquez thinks that was a strike. Hamilton took what was called a ball, and it was right in there. So Vasquez gets the better of Hamilton. 2 innings, 2 challenges, and Brian Honora has missed both. 1 away in the second.
Backdoor breaking ball from Pablo Lopez there. That's kind of been the issue with him. Now, that was a strikeout, but he gets to 0-2, 1-2 so fast. He leads the league in first pitch strikes. But then he throws too many strikes once he gets in those advantage counts, and that's where he gets hurt.
Here's Cedon, 7 for 26 with a homer in camp. The pitch is fouled off. Rafaela's a big part of that activity on the bases. And, you know, the Red Sox have not had that for so long. With Duran and Rafaela and even Abreu and Hamilton a year ago, It's not only the obvious stuff where they're taking extra bases. 0-1, the pitch. Swinging a chopper towards short. Correa is so smooth out there. He gloves and throws to first, and very quickly, 2 down. It's the pressure that these guys who can run put on the pitchers right from the beginning of the game.
100%. These guys get into the stretch, and they are more worried about the guy getting to second base than executing a pitch, and that's where mistakes happen and hitters get good pitches to hit.
So here now, Duran. Brian O'Nora is trying to pat down the dirt around the plate.
A little groundskeeping.
He's got those big umpiring shoes on with the leg protectors, and he stomped it down in front of the dish. So here now, Duran, who singled his first time. 2-0 Sox, 2 down in the second. Ever so slightly, they play him to pull on the infield. The pitch is down. And to me, this is the correct defensive alignment for Duran, because he's not a straight pull hitter at all. In fact, Buxton in center field is a couple steps toward left center, and when Jaron is right, the line drives go exactly in that direction.
100%.
1-0 is a chopper on the first base side. It is backhanded over there by Ty France. He pitches underhand to the covering pitcher, Lopez. An easy breezy top of the second for Lopez. Sox down in order. Bottom 2 next. Garrett Crochet returns to the mound after this. 2-0 Sox on the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
If you're shopping for a new car, the choice is simple. Herb Chambers. We offer legendary customer service, the largest inventory in New England, the lowest prices, and the best value. Find out for yourself today at any one of our convenient Herb Chambers locations.
Just in time for your St. Patrick's Day celebrations, corned beef and green cabbage are on sale at Shaws and Star Market. Pick up Signature Select Corned Beef Point Cut for just $1.27 a pound and green cabbage for 17 cents a pound when you use a digital coupon. Both limit 2 while supplies last. When you shop with the Shaws app, you get amazing deals and earn points on every purchase. Short on time? Order free curbside pickup or get delivery. Don't miss the 4-day St. Patrick's sale. Ends Monday. Shaws and Star Market, perfecting the art of fresh.
Coleman!
It's electric!
Your house was wired in World War I. Need to change it? Call Coleman Electric. You have to charge your new electric vehicle 10 hours to go 2 miles. Call Coleman. Your panel doesn't have enough amps to light 2 lamps. Call Coleman Electric. Everybody knows Coleman Electric, but nobody knows how to spell it. It's not Coleman, it's Coleman. I know, same thing, right? That's the problem. But our Coleman is German, like Colonel Klink, so it starts with a K. Yeah, let me spell it for you. Kuhlman. I know, not easy. People search Coleman Electric and end up with a coleslaw recipe. Worse yet, there's a Coleman funeral home. Folks lose power, they call the funeral home and say, hey, my entire house is dead, can you give me a quote? It's embarrassing. Just saying there's a big difference between a mortician and an electrician. So next time you have a power problem or project, type Kuhlman and click on that little call thing, and Coleman Electric will be at your place in the flick of a switch. And if the switch is broken, they'll be there quicker. When you need an electrician, call Coleman.
It's electric!
Jones and Keefe.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Garrett Crochet back on the mound for the second inning. He misses outside with a fastball to Royce Lewis. So it's 1-0. And now Garrett, 96-mile-an-hour fastball, also a ball. And it's 2-0 Lewis, 16 homers, drove in 47. Another injury-plagued season for him a year ago. 2-0 is a strike on the inside corner. 96 on the inside black.
It is so important for Crochet to pitch into right-handed batters, because then that cutter comes into play, that back foot.
2-1. Swing and a miss. That's a 97-mile-an-hour fastball. The crazy thing about that pitch is it's 97, but it almost has like change-up life as much as it moves away from a right-handed hitter.
Yeah, that two-seamer is something he's worked on a lot this spring. He didn't, like you said earlier, hasn't thrown much.
2-2 is a chopper toward third. It is a fair ball. Bregman behind the bag, gloves, throws to first, picked out by Romy. And there's one away. You've been on both sides of that play, Will, where that was Bregman's only choice. He had to just unload it, and Romy bailed him out.
It's a slow chopper over the bag. You catch it deep, you're on the foul line.
Uh-oh, and now Lewis might have hurt himself going into the first base bag. This has got to be Rocco Baldelli's worst nightmare. Now, Lewis is standing by the bag as if he was called safe. Wasn't he rung up over there at first base? I thought for sure that throw beat him, and it was held on to.
But he lunged at the bag, and you wonder if that's hamstring written all over it.
I mean, this time of camp, for every club, the most important thing is staying healthy. But again, with Correa, Buxton, and Lewis, it's just at another level. And he very gingerly walking off from first base.
Got to be so frustrating. Obviously, no one more frustrated than Royce Lewis himself.
The body language not good. There's a little limp coming off the field. The left shoulder is sort of slumped. And you know that he and Rocco are going, here we go again.
I mean, I think everyone feels that way at this point. You've seen the talent. You've seen his ability to change the game with one swing of the bat so often. He's a guy who can play 50 games and hit 15 to 20 homers that quick.
Last year, opening day, he strained his quad. And
I can tell you, the way
can't even walk down the
way he's
stairs.
walking down those stairs tells me groin. That's my guess. I'm not a doctor.
Not look good.
But I did stay at a Residence Inn last night.
1 out, base is empty. A swing and a foul. Had a fastball and it's 0-1.
I've also been hurt.
And you know a thing or two about
career.
groins.
Oh,
so
no, thank you very much. You know,
2-0 Red Sox in the bottom of the second.
And here we go.
It's early. Here's Crochet firing a cut fastball.
Gonna get a lot of this year, I think.
I think so. On the first base side, it's 0-2. Seriously, if you're a Twins fan, you're in their front office, you are devastated right now.
Oh, this close to the opening day?
0-2 is a check swing. He did not go, Ty France. That was a sinker at 97 miles an hour.
If you pull something at this point in spring, you're going to miss the next 4 to 6 weeks. So, opening day's out the window.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Crochet fires that right leg up, and here's a swing and a foul at a cutter, and it's 1-2. Explain that again to our listeners about the importance of the pitch inside to the right-handed hitter with the backdoor cutter.
Well, number one, you just have to gear up for that fastball. We've talked about how it gets on batters. It's obviously the velocity is one thing, but the arm angle and the arm swing and the deception of him.
1-2 is swung on and missed. They call that a cutter on the board. That looked kind of sweeperish to me.
Yeah, and a lot of these TrackMans, when they come up and it shows you cutter, it's based off of the spin axis and all that. So it may look like a cutter, but as hard as he throws it and gets it to spin more, it's going to have more break to it. But you gear up for it. It looks like a fastball out of the hand, middle in, and then it's gone. And there's swings like that where you swing over the top of it.
Well, that's 5 up, 5 down with 3 strikeouts. And with 2 down, here's Christian Vasquez, strike on the outside corner. The great pitchers in the game release the pitch from the exact same point, and it moves late at the very last minute for these hitters. The 0-1 is swung on and fouled off on the first base side. So you think about it, Crochet's got this 97-mile-an-hour fastball with 2-seam action, which goes away from a right-handed hitter. And so, in some ways, if it starts off the plate out of that same arm angle, you give up on it. But here comes the cutter that catches the outside corner for a strike. Here's Vasquez swinging and fouling an 0-2 pitch off on the first base side.
And something else that makes him that tough is normally with this unconventional, the leg lift and the wide arm release, guys don't have good control, and he's dotting both sides of the plate with all pitches right now.
He is. The 0-2 strike. No, they call it a ball. That was very close. Brian O'Nora sort of opened the shoulders.
Has that pump fake about him. He stands up really quick like he's going to ring it and then goes, no, just kidding.
1-2 to Vasquez. Really fell off offensively a year ago. He and Ryan Jeffers, the catching duo, the 1-2. Swinging a foul. For as big and tall as Crochet is, and as visually herky-jerky as he is, it is a compact, simplified delivery, and he attacks the strike zone.
Absolutely. And when you have stuff that is that good, you don't have to be perfect. Sure, you strive for it, but your stuff plays down the middle when you throw like that.
1-2. Of course, that is Andrew Bailey's language all the way. The pitch. Swinging a liner foul down the left field line. He, like Kyle Snyder with the Tampa Bay Rays, so many now pitching gurus want you to just aim for the middle of the plate.
If you ask him, what is the number one thing you want this guy to do? Be nasty in the zone. I want to get outs in the zone. Chase is great, but I want it to be in the strike zone.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitch. is a little bit high. Fastball at 96, and it's 2-2.
That makes sense, too, when you're thinking about just being efficient, right? If you're in the zone more and you're nasty, you're getting weak contact, you're getting deeper into games because of early count swings.
2-2. Pitch fouled off. This is a pretty good battle here from Vasquez. And that is such a good point, Will, where you can strike the world out, but just as good for the pitcher, the team, the defense is a first pitch ground ball to second.
Look at Blake Snell, right? He goes 5 innings just about every start, but he'll have 13 strikeouts.
2-2. This is the longest battle of the game. I think Vasquez will see the 10th pitch when he swings the bat next. It is 2-2 from Crochet to the former Red Sox backstop Christian Vasquez. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Crochet throws, and that is strike 3 called. Sweeper in the back door, and adios to Christian Vasquez. Why not? 4 strikeouts through 2 for Crochet. Boy, is he ready to make that opening day start in Texas. 2-0 after 2 in the Shaw's and Star Market. WEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Welcome to the Nissan Now sales event. Are you all right?
I wanted to get here before the best offers were gone.
You're just in time. Let me show you what we've got. There's the all-new Kicks. The sporty Sentra. Or our best-selling Rogue, a consumer guide Best Buy 11 years in a row. You must be exhausted.
I think I'm ready for my next adventure.
For the #1 shopping experience among non-luxury car buyers, according to J.D. Power, get to Nissan now. Now get a low $249 per month lease for 39 months on Rogue. For J.D. Power 2024 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Well-qualified lessees. 2025 Rogue S all-wheel drive. $46.39 initial payment excludes tax, title, and license. Disposition fee due at lease end. Take from new dealer stock. Call 1-888-858-8319 for offer details. Ends 3/31/25.
Just in time for your St. Patrick's Day celebrations, corned beef and green cabbage are on sale at Shaw's and Star Market. Pick up Signature Select Corned Beef Point Cut for just $1.27 a pound and green cabbage for 17 cents a pound when you use a digital coupon. Both limit 2 while supplies last. When you shop with the Shaw's app, you get amazing deals and earn points on every purchase. Short on time? Order free curbside pickup or get delivery. Don't miss the 4-day St. Patrick's sale. Ends Monday. Shaw's and Star Market, perfecting the art of fresh.
Do you know the difference between diagnostic and preventive care? Preventive services detect or prevent problems before you show symptoms, while diagnostic care identifies or treats existing problems. Follow Mass General Brigham Health Plan on Instagram at MGB Health Plan to learn more about using your health insurance plan.
Hart, Fitzy, and Johnson.
Weekdays 2 to 6.
Now back to the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Alex Bregman to lead it off in the top of the third. Red Sox leading 2-0. Garrett Crochet's been awesome. He struck out 4 through 2. So many ways the story of this camp is Bregman and Crochet, 2 new additions, and they've just been fabulous. The pitch to Alex from Pablo Lopez, down and in, ball 1. From a Twins perspective, Royce Lewis is out of the game. Some kind of a leg injury. Tanner Scoble is now in at third. It'll be Bregman, Yoshida, and Story in this third. The pitch, swing and a chopper foul outside of third.
And Crochet's pitch count was very efficient. It was low until the 10 pitch at bat to Christian Vasquez there, which shot it up from 25 to 35.
I'd like to see him go 5 innings today. At this time of camp, it's more important for the Red Sox to see him get up and down a certain number of times than it is the actual volume of pitches. 1-1 to Bregman. Here it is. And a pop foul straight back. It's amazing the impact, obviously, on the mound, the wins, the losses, the ERA from an ace like Crochet, but there's a psychological impact to it, too, when a ball club knows they've got an absolute horse to go every 5 days.
Right, because then the Tanner Houcks and the Bayos and
1-2 is skied foul down the third base side. Scoble being put right to work with Correa behind him, and Carlos, that's not an easy play, but he grabs it, robs his former teammate in foul territory, and there's one away.
So when you do have a certified ace, a horse like Crochet, all of a sudden it's like the pressure is lifted from everyone else behind him in the rotation. No one else is trying to be that guy. Even if you don't have one, someone wants to be that guy.
Tanner Houck very well handled that a season ago. Here's the Macho Man who hit a ball off the right center field wall his first time. He takes a strike on the outside corner. Curveball from Pablo Lopez, and it's 0-1. I guess Alex Cora felt like it was important to go reach out to Tanner Houck yesterday when he made the decision that Crochet would be the opening day starter. 0-1 is outside. I mean, Alex misses nothing. Tanner was the ace of the staff a season ago, and Tanner took it just exactly as you and I would expect he'd do.
Tanner Houck is. He's like, oh, that's awesome. He's great. Of course he's our ace, right? That's Tanner Houck for you.
1-1. Swinging a high fly foul down the left field line. So it'll be Crochet game 1, Houck game 2, Buehler game 3, and that means Walker's set up to start the home opener on April 4th at Fenway Park.
I think he's built for that. Right? He's that big game type pitcher. You saw that in the World Series this past season.
Can't wait for all of it to get going. 1-2. Yoshida swings and misses. That was a really good sweeper there from Lopez, and he is gone for out number 2.
And there's the put away action that I was talking about here with Pablo Lopez, his inability to not throw so many strikes when he's ahead in the count. And that's a sweeper that starts middle in and just dives at the back foot of the left-handed batter.
There's Trevor Story, who banged one off the glove of the third baseman Lewis his first time. That drove in the Red Sox first run. They lead 2-0 in the third. Pablo Lopez throws, and Trevor swings and loops one down the left field line. Extra bases if fair, and it is. That's going to scoot onto the track, and Trevor Story breezes into second base with a 2-out double.
You know something, I don't want to say I'm worried about Willie, but Trevor has been, most of his hard hit balls are pull side. Now, if that's who you're going to be, great. Stick with it. Crowd the plate, lay off the pitches away if you have to, but sometimes his kryptonite seems to be the slider down and away when he's in a tough spot. So he's had a couple knocks to the right side, not hard hit though. So I'm curious to see how that develops as the season gets going.
Well, there's no question when he and almost everybody is right, you get opposite field gap power. Here's Roman Anthony, who's got plenty of that. 2 down, the pitch is a strike on the inside corner. Hitting coaches, some of the great hitters I've ever talked to, says the answers are the other way. And if you can cover the opposite field, Trevor, with his hand speed, his natural talent, he'll always still be able to do major damage on mistakes on the inside of the plate.
Absolutely.
Vasquez saw something he didn't like from Pablo Lopez there in a visit on the mound.
So the hitting science, I guess, behind that is when you're hitting the ball the other way, it's we're talking milliseconds here, but you're seeing the ball longer. You're letting it get closer to you. When you're pulling everything, a lot of times you're in a rush, you're cheating to the fastball, and all of a sudden you're susceptible to the down and away, the off-speed pitches.
Roman Anthony, the hitter, 2-0 Red Sox in the third. 0-1, the pitch. Swing and a miss. It's kind of an ongoing dilemma and debate in baseball because so many clubs are preaching to young players that the answers and the path to the big leagues are pull side power.
Yeah, pull the ball in the air.
So they incentivize that at every level. 0-2 to Roman. Pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. That was nasty from Lopez. He's got a sweeper going now. Anthony gone. That's 5 strikeouts for Pablo Lopez. Story stranded at second. To the bottom of the third we go. Crochet to the mound after this in the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Meanwhile, at Xfinity.
So, influencer life going well?
Oh, yeah. I'm up to 32 followers.
Oh, that's something.
Yeah, posting my tap dancing videos is easier than ever because we engineered Xfinity Internet with 99.99% network reliability.
Plus, Xfinity Mobile with Wi-Fi Power Boost gives you ultra-fast Wi-Fi at home and on the go. But wait, tap dancing? You don't tap dance.
Hey, what I lack in skill, I make up with passion.
Do more of what you love and love how fast you do it with Xfinity Internet and mobile. Through April 17th, get 300 megabit Xfinity Internet and 1 unlimited mobile line together for $30 a month for 1 year and save over $1,000 in your first year versus other major carriers. Plus, ask how to get iPhone 16e on us. Learn more at Xfinity.com. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Equipment taxes and fees extra. After promo, regular rates apply. Actual speeds vary. Savings compared to Verizon 5G Internet plus one unlimited welcome line and AT&T Internet 300 plus one unlimited starter SL line. Xfinity Internet required. Actual savings vary.
Most tire dealers will sell Bridgestone tires, but Town Fair Tire sells Bridgestone tires for an unbeatable combination of the guaranteed lowest price and the most free services for life. Town Fair is New England's largest name brand discount tire dealer. So when you're in the market for a new set of Bridgestone tires, get a Town Fair Tire, because nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal. And I mean nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Celebrate St. Patrick's Day at the 99 Restaurant this Sunday and Monday. Enjoy the traditional corned beef and cabbage dinner, or try the corned beef Reuben with a Lucky Horseshoe Ale. You gotta love the Nines.
The Christian Arcan Show, weekday afternoons starting at 6. Now back to the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
No base runners yet for the Minnesota Twins as Garrett Crochet returns to the mound. He misses outside with a cutter to Austin Martin. Red Sox leading 2-0. Right-handed hitter Martin. Crochet throws, and he misses. Down and in, back-to-back cutters, and it's 2-0.
Martin, a player who has a good amount of speed, but didn't exactly play the outfield well for Minnesota last year in his time up in the big leagues.
2-0. Strike right there.
Seems to be getting some reps in the outfield and second base this spring.
Twins feel really good about their rotation. They feel fantastic about their bullpen. A lot of people think it's about the best in the game. The 2-0 pitch is grounded up the middle. Shortstop Trevor Story cuts in front of Hamilton. He throws to first in time, and Martin is gone. One away.
Yeah, back to the Twins bullpen. Two guys, Griffin Jackson and then Duran to close the door. Those are two of the nastiest 8th, 9th inning guys you're going to find in the game. Phenomenal.
Today, already yet another one of the touch points for these Twins exposed, with Royce Lewis leaving the game. Getting some word, kind of unofficially, it might be a calf injury, as Deshaun Kersey Jr. swings and misses at a cutter, and it's 0-1.
Deshaun Kersey. Sounds like a receiver almost.
It does. He just skipped the NFL Combine to come here.
What was his broad jump? While we're at it.
0-1 sweeper to Kersey, misses outside from Crochet. Here's the pitch. Swinging a foul. Have you ever had a broad jump measured?
I have, but I couldn't tell you what it was.
Higher than mine, I promise you that.
Time ago. Vertical, I can tell you vertical. My best ever was a 40.5.
Whoa.
I used to be athletic, Willie. I used to be.
You'd never know now. The 1-2 pitch is a little bit low with a sweeper. And it's 2-2.
Just slide in the insult.
So, like, you could get your head above the rim and dunk easily.
Yeah, I could, like, windmill. Yeah. My basketball coach was not happy I stopped playing after my junior year.
I can imagine that. 2-2 is a little bit outside.
Just was missing too much baseball season at that point.
Well, that's accelerated now. Now kids have to stop playing basketball when they're 10 years old and go play on travel leagues.
Play everything. Play all sports.
Totally agreed. 3-2 is a chopper toward third. It's going to beat the defense. Bregman was over toward the hole. So there's the first hit, the first base runner for the Twins. Deshaun Kersey Jr. is aboard with one down in the third.
And even that, I mean, Kersey was beat. He took that out of the mitt of Connor Wong and just fired to third base. And Bregman was playing shaded over towards shortstop, so really had no chance to get to that ball.
It's a longer conversation for another day, but I sure do wish we could find a way to put the genie back in the bottle and let kids play all kinds of different sports. The pitch to Jair Camargo is a 97-mile-an-hour fastball for strike one on the outside corner, but youth sports these days are so commercially driven. They're so specialized. Boy, can they fill up a schedule in a real hurry.
Yeah, kid. Yeah, 13-year-olds playing 100 games a year.
0-1 is a chopper toward third. Has a chance to beat two. Bregman spins to second for one. Hamilton's relay to first. Two. Double play.
Wow.
That was brilliant, especially from Bregman behind the third base tag.
That is what, I don't want to say they're missing, but that is the missing piece of the puzzle of this defense, or plays like that.
Well, that's why Raffy Devers is going to be the DH for the Red Sox this year. We go to the fourth inning. Sox 2, Twins nothing in the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI. Red Sox Radio Network.
With all the money you can save on gas when you use the Club Citgo Rewards app, you're good to go. But good to go where? Good to go fly first class?
Hot towel?
Cool. Good to go to the opera? Good to sit ringside at a boxing match? Good to go salsa dancing? Tap dancing? Or polka dancing? Download Citgo's money-saving Club Citgo app today. The easiest way to save money on fuel. Now you're good to go.
For 48 straight years, Ford F-Series have been the best-selling trucks in America. We got here by engineering breakthrough technology, redefining Built Ford Tough, and never settling for second best. But what's really made Ford F-Series the #1 selling trucks in America is you. Ford F-Series, Built Ford Tough. Based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales.
Hey, Red Sox Nation, imagine replacing your roof once and never worrying about it again. With Interlock Metal Roofing, you get the last roof you'll ever need. Durable, beautiful, and backed by a lifetime warranty. For over 25 years, homeowners across New England have trusted Interlock to protect their homes. Make the switch today. Visit newenglandmetalroofing.com or call 866-733-5811 for a free quote. One roof, one call for life. newenglandmetalroofing.com. Never re-roof again.
Do you know the difference between diagnostic and preventive care? Preventive services detect or prevent problems before you show symptoms, while diagnostic care identifies or treats existing problems. Follow Mass General Brigham Health Plan on Instagram at MGB Health Plan to learn more about using your health insurance plan.
You're listening to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Connor Wong is going to lead it off as we go to the top of the fourth. Pablo Lopez continuing for the Twins as Wonger drives one high into center field. Buxton back at the track at the wall. He looks up and this thing is out of here.
My goodness.
Connor Wong got one up into the jet stream, and it is 3-0 Red Sox.
That's a tank, Willie. I know the wind's blowing out to left center now. That one got, as you said, up in the jet stream. Attacked there early in the count, and that was a loud noise. Buxton just turned around and watched it fly halfway up the batter's eye.
That's what can be so appealing about Wong. It sort of felt like off the bat, maybe just sort of a little bit jammed, but that thing just kept on carrying.
You watch his batting practice, and it's just launching balls. But when he was at his best last year, he was hitting a lot of singles.
So Connor, 2 at-bats, 2 RBIs. Here now, Romy Gonzalez, and the pitch to him is fouled off. We cannot carry on without revisiting that brilliant double play that was turned to end the bottom of the third. I mean, that was as good as you can do it from Bregman and Hamilton.
As an ex-third baseman, that is not as easy as he made it look. That ball is right on the line.
A 1 down and in.
And that's one of those plays most third basemen in that situation are hoping just to get a force out at second, or they make the decision as the ball's on the way. I'm not turning 2, I'm going to go to first and just take my out.
Wasn't hit all that hard, right over the bag, just inside the line. Behind it by about 20 feet, the 1-1 fouled off on the first base side. And
as soon as it hit Bregman's glove, his body was already opening to turn to second base and hit David Hamilton right in the chest and made it an easy turn for him.
And David's been really good at second base in his career. It is exactly the right point where there's so many actions before the ball gets to Bregman that make it possible. 1-2. Romy grounds one toward third. It's backhanded over there by Scoble. Romy running well, but he's out by a step over at first for the first out in this top of the fourth inning. And that's just repetition, practice, innate ability. When we went to Houston, I would make a point of watching Alex Bregman take ground balls at third because he's so different than others. I mean, I like Arenado, I like Chapman, but Bregman is different in that everything is so compacted and simple.
So true.
Here is David Hamilton, who swings and fouls it off. End of the bat, fooled by a changeup, strike
something
one.
With Bregman, too, as you watch him play third, it's not the same as other third basemen. Most third basemen are very one-handed, right? You do everything. All his years of playing shortstop at LSU and his whole life, he does a lot of things two-handed, which allow him to get rid of the ball that much quicker.
He absolutely does. 0-1 to Hamilton. Pitch to him. Swing and a pop foul on the third base side. And having watched Devers all these years, that was something that really stood out to me because Rafi very much is a one-handed third baseman. And that's somehow, sometimes, when he can make his mistakes on that transfer from glove to hand.
100%. Especially when you're going deep down the line or in the hole and you have to spin and make that move. That's where you can fumble the ball and the base runner beats it by a step, or you drop the ball.
0-2 to David Hamilton. He takes a little bit outside, another changeup, ball and 2 strikes.
And a lot of infield coordinators will teach one-handed because you're more free with your movements and you can get to more balls. So they don't exactly teach the two-handed thing, but that works perfect for Bregman because of his history playing middle infield.
1-2 to Hamilton. Pitch is a little bit high and outside. Sweeper 2-2. So that was awesome. And the Red Sox just did not turn nearly enough double plays a year ago. Getting the tail of the tape on Connor Wong's home run. Holy smokes. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Hamilton is gone. He chased a high fastball. That's 432. Wow.
It was halfway up that batter's eye. And to your point, it didn't look like it off the bat. You're thinking, oh, it's a fly ball. I know the wind's blowing out, but it sounded good.
The wind has actually shifted a little bit. It was howling dead out to left, maybe more to center now. That would explain things. Here's Cedar Rafaela, who had a very impressive power season a year ago. It takes way outside, a fastball at 95 for ball 1. New hand position, new leg kick. Cedar is making more contact. He's taking more pitches out of the zone, and that's what he needs to do.
He's trying to find ways to be more efficient to the baseball. Point A to point B.
1-0 is a good take inside. I think that's a pitch he swings at last year. It's fascinating with a guy like Cedar, and Rafi is in this camp as well. You don't want to eliminate the ability to be a bad ball hitter. It's just picking your spots for that.
It's tough because you don't want them to lose the aggression, but it's developing selective aggressiveness is what it is. Knowing what you're good at and sticking to that.
2 balls and no strikes. Pitch. Swing and a drive high and deep down the left field line. It is back at the wall. It's gone. There's some selective aggression for Cedar Rafaela, and the Sox lead it 4-0.
The best part of that, Willie, that's a sweeper, right? He's always attacked fastball so much it's gotten him in trouble above the zone. That sweeper, as a hitter, you pick a spot. This has got to start at me to be a good pitch to hit. Just like that, bullet to left. See ya.
What an inning offensively for the Sox. Couple of big flies. And here now, Jarren Duran. So much of the modern game is about count leverage. And for Rafaela, there were so many 0-2 counts, 1-2 over and over again. Here's Duran, who takes a strike. So much of his damage was done on the first pitch because he wasn't behind in counts. He would get mistakes and kill him.
And then teams started catching on and going, okay, well, here's a fastball 3 inches above the zone. Boom, 0-1.
Slider, 0-2. 0-1 to Duran, who's got a hit and a ground out. He swings and misses. Sweeper there, and it's 0-2.
Yeah, kind of a backup sweeper there. It almost looked like a changeup because it stayed arm side from Lopez. Never really broke back to the plate. I always said that's the best pitch in baseball. Backup breaking ball. The batter sees the rotation. They swing where they think it's going to break, and it never moves. Max Scherzer did that with the best of them. Still does, I guess. Still going.
It's amazing. He and DeGrom trying to really keep their careers at a high level. As a changeup from Lopez to Duran is fouled off. It got the worst of Brian Honora there. We're not going to see DeGrom on opening day with the Rangers. It will be Nate Eovaldi against Crochet in the opener.
I think DeGrom's going to have a big year. I do. Just seeing him throw this spring, watching some of the bullpens that they've televised, he looks really good. I think people forget how nasty he was before all the injuries.
A true video game on the mound. 0-2 to Duran. He checks his swing. Did not go around. Sweeper, and it's 1-2. Mad Max, surefire Hall of Famer. First ballot guy.
God, he dominated me, man. He dominated a lot of people.
You are not alone in that.
Oh, gosh. I think I got 2 hits off him in my career.
1-2 the pitch. Is swung on and missed. And Duran is gone. We'll see him in the AL East. Max signed a 1-year deal with the Toronto Blue Jays. Such an enigma going into this upcoming season. Red Sox get homers from Wong and Rafaela. Bottom 4 next. 4-0 Sox in the Shaw's and Star Market. WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
It's almost spring, and that means we'll be honoring this year's group of Chick-fil-A community heroes. If you know somebody in your community that goes above and beyond, it's time to nominate them. Go to thegreghillfoundation.org/heroes to nominate somebody in your town or your city.
Oh boy, your front door looks like this, when it could look like this.
We're Right Window and Door. A new front door is an amazing thing. The right one improves the entire look of your house. And at Right Window and Door, we make sure you get the right one. We come over with this fancy schmancy software, sit down at your dining room table, and match a ton of door styles to a pic of your house. You swipe right through them. No. Ooh, I like that. That wood is good. Add glass, remove the brass, customize it right on the spot. Done. It's like a dating app for doors. Only better than a dating app because when you finally meet the door, it actually looks like the picture. Right now, save $250 on door installation with free financing for 18 months. So make an appointment with Right Window because your house will be closer to perfect when you match it with a perfect front door.
Call Right Window right now.
Call 800-649-3600. Quality products professionally installed for the right price. Right Window and Door.
Winter weather can be frightful, but Shaw's and Star Market's pickup and delivery, delightful. To help with snow days and driving delays, Shaw's and Star Market offer free curbside pickup or get delivery. That's right, just order ahead and Shaw's and Star Market will have your groceries ready for you curbside, or they can deliver right to your door. These convenient pickup and delivery services are available year-round to help you when you need it most. Download the app now. Shaw's and Star Market can save you time and money.
You're listening to live play-by-play action of the Boston Red Sox on the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Garrett Crochet continuing into the bottom of the fourth. A 90-mile-an-hour cutter to Willie Castro, the Twins' leadoff hitter. Right there for strike. Next one, a little bit outside. 97 consistently today for Garrett. The Red Sox hope he can go 5 today. He scored just behind a screen outside the Red Sox first base dugout. He's got a towel around his neck, sitting next to Jason Varitek as a 1-1. Sends Castro to his feet. That was a backdoor cutter. I don't know whether that hit him. And that must have come on the inside and gotten him on the feet.
I couldn't really tell. Obviously jumping out of the way, feet sliding out of there, but I think it caught his back foot.
And what did they tell us? Last year he got hit 22 times to set times. A team record, and really sort of added up by the end of the year.
Yeah, they said by the last month and a half of the season, he was just out of gas. His body was just beat up.
So here's a matchup that's taking place in the AL Central for a couple years running between Correa and Crochet. Swing and a miss at a 95-mile-an-hour fastball, and it's 0-1. Al Hernandez tells us the Twins officially announced it's a left hamstring strain for Royce Lewis. Disaster for them. 0-1 is fouled off. He might have broken his bat outside the first base line, and it's 0-2. Truly, if you'd said to Rocco Baldelli 1 month ago, what do you want out of spring training? Well, I want to open on the road with this ball club with Correa, Buxton, and Lewis healthy and intact. It doesn't look like that'll be possible.
You could deal with anything else, right? And it's almost made it. I feel terrible for the guy. I do. He's been through so many injuries in his career, and that's going to be what people remember. And he was a special ball player. He still is. The ability is still there, and he's still young. There's still plenty of time, but you got to think, is he ever going to change?
0-2 to Correa, fouled off on the first base side. We take 10 seconds for station ID in the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
From the WEEI studios, 93.7 WEEI FM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
0-2 to Carlos Correa. He is rung up, backdoor cutter, adios. And for Garrett Crochet, that is now strikeout number 5, rolling along, one away.
I mean, if that cutter is on like that, it's so tough to combat that as a hitter. We talk about the gas and him able to pitch into righties. You got to gear up for 97, 98. I don't know how you lay off that pitch.
So 1 on, 1 out here is Buxton. Figure they kind of want to put him in bubble wrap right now as the 0-1 count after a cut fastball in under his hands.
Yeah, almost just store him in Correa until opening day. Let them get their work in on the backfields, and then we'll see when the season starts.
0-1, 4-0 Red Sox. Swing and a miss. That was awesome from Crochet right there. I mean, you just don't see hitters like Buxton miss that badly. He missed that cutter by 5 feet.
It's the beauty of velocity, Willie. That's what it is. When you have to start your swing earlier, your decision-making point is much earlier in the process, and you don't have a chance.
And again, you've stood in these boxes. I've only watched videos that break this stuff down. It starts at the exact same point, and the plate and mound 60 feet 6 inches apart. For 60 feet and 4 inches, it looks exactly the same.
That's it. That is it. It's a fastball till it's not.
Runner goes 0-2 in the dirt all the way to the backstop. I don't think Wong had a real good chance at that one. That's spiked between his legs, so it'll be a steal for Castro. And for the first time today, the Twins have a runner in scoring position.
Connor went for the tough play there of trying to turn his body to throw out the base runner and pick the ball in the dirt at the same time, which takes a perfect storm for that to actually come together.
Yeah, once the runner goes, you're not just putting your body in position to block the ball there. 1-2 to Buxton. One out in this bottom of the fourth. Rafaela shaded to the power alley in left center field very late on a 96-mile-an-hour sinker. And it's 1-2.
You'll see that too as good hitters late on 96 because he's been so effective with the cutter. And they're waiting for it to break and then, oh no, E-swing, right? Emergency swing just to foul it off.
You can imagine what's going on in Alex Cora's mind right now. How excited he is to see this guy for 30 or more starts this year.
I know I am.
Ball 2 strikes. Here it is. He got him. Cut fastball with sweeper action under the hands, 2 away, and for Crochet, yet another swing and a miss.
And by the way, that's not 86 miles, that's 92. That's 92 with a 1.5 feet of break.
So that is his cutter, huh? It just moves that much
cutter.
down?
Yeah, that's when you throw it that hard with that much spin, you get more break.
Fabulous so far. 2 down, runner aboard. Here is Tanner Scoble in there for Royce Lewis. No chance against 95, and it's 0-1. Make memories at Fenway with your group. Reward employees, bond with your club, or celebrate with family and friends at a Red Sox game. RedSox.com/groups to learn more. 0-1. Pitch. A little bit high. See, Crochet knew we needed to get a read in. That's the longest he's held a ball before throwing it home all afternoon.
It's a good teammate.
And I guess it's maybe a little different with a runner at second base behind him.
Of course.
First time all day that's happened. The wind is really howling here. 1-1 the count. Here's the pitch. That is a strike on the outside corner. This is the kind of game you come to the ballpark and say they're going to be 30 runs scored. And it's even more of a testament to how good Crochet has been that the Twins have not scored.
Just really hasn't been any hard I think the hardest contact was Vasquez line drive foul ball.
1-2. A little bit up and away. It's 2-2. Dan Gladden, longtime major leaguer, World Series hero for the Twins, is their radio analyst. Had a chat with him today. He comes to mind looking at Scoble choked up on the bat. Here it is. Swing and a foul. He told me the story of with the San Francisco Giants early in his career. He made the club. He was on the bus to break camp with the team. And they traded for Gene Richards on the last day of camp, and he was pulled off the bus on the way to the airport for the season opener. They wanted him to go down to spring training to swing a 36-36 bat. He choked up the whole season, hit .391. 2-2 is swung on and missed. Choking up does not help there. That's it for Scoble. Crochet is absolutely rolling here through 4. Sox 4, Twins nothing in the Shaws and Star Market. WEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Get St. Patrick's savings today at Shaws and Star Market. Signature Select corned beef point cut is just $1.27 a pound, and green cabbage is 17 cents a pound when you use a digital coupon. Both limit 2 while supplies last. Shaws and Star Market, perfecting the art of fresh.
Still getting around to that fix on your car? You got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts guaranteed to fit. Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place for changes big and small, loud or quiet. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love, guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Welcome to Staples.
I hear Staples prints it all for any business.
You bet, and we'll beat any print quote.
So if I had a pizza place...
Staples can print signs, menus, pizza boxes.
Landscaping business?
Oh, we can print yard signs, t-shirts, brochures.
How about a pizza/landscaping business? I'll call it Dough and Mo.
I like it.
Right now at Staples, get up to $250 off your print purchase. Ends 4/5, exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for offer details. Price match guarantee valid in store and staples.com/print. Visit staples.com/price match for details.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. Your car, running or not, could be picked up as soon as the next day. No title, no problem. Go to carsforkids.org today.
1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
You're listening to Red Sox Spring Training Baseball
on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Alex Bregman leading it off against Pablo Lopez as we go to the fifth. Crochet's kind of holding court in the Red Sox dugout. He's been absolutely dominant with 7 strikeouts. An interesting decision right now, I think, for the Sox as Bregman is ready. He skies one into center field. Jammed here as Buxton into the high sky with the shades on reaches up to make the play. He's thrown 65 pitches. So that to me is right on the borderline. Again, maybe you bring him in to face one hitter just so he gets through walking out of the dugout one more time.
Yeah, yesterday Fitz, his pitch count was set around 60. So they're probably on a similar page. I would like to see him come back out.
Here's Masataka Yoshida. Pitch to him is a strike right there. Fitz seems like he's a lock to make the team. The Red Sox without Crawford, without Bayo. And then it gets really interesting. It's the Priesters of the world. Sean Newcomb has had a really good camp, but he is not officially on the Red Sox roster. The 0-1 is a ground line drive, I should say, off the glove of Lopez. He chases after it, picks it up with a bare hand, spins and throws, but not in time. Yoshida beats it down the line and a 1-out hit.
Good luck getting that perfect running form out. I mean, it is pristine.
He's going to be lifted from the game as Massa after he's aboard for the second time. Nobody up in the bullpen. I saw Zach Kelly kind of moving around out there, so it means Crochet likely on for the fifth. Lopez looked okay. He's smiling on the mound. At this time of camp, you bring the trainer out no matter what.
Oh, absolutely. And that ball was hit off the end a bit. It was just 70 miles an hour off the bat. So it scares you more than anything because you think it's 112 off the bat. It's a changeup coming at you, and then it goes off your glove. But he made a nice play to make it a close play at first base.
So now, with Yoshida out, might be Nathan Hickey over there at first base. He is on the run for Massa. Trevor Story will be the batter. Yesterday's outing from Quinn Priester was his worst of camp, and so much pressure. He knows what's at stake. He's right in the middle of that conversation to make the club.
Yeah, and watching his outing yesterday, his bread and butter is his sinker. We all know that. Sinker slider guy, and when this sinker is elevated, when it's waist high, it's 93, 94 miles an hour. He's going to get a lot of hard contact up there.
So here's Trevor Story. 2 for 2 today, and he takes a fastball high, ball 1. I feel like a broken record when I say this, but I mean it. In so many ways, Trevor Story is a fulcrum for this Red Sox team. If he is really good this year, the sky is the limit for their offense. 1-0 to him. Pitch is a really good take. So change up 2-0.
It's not even the offensive side. I mean, it's great having his bat and that ability to hit the ball of the ballpark and his speed, but the defense is so much better because now Cedon is always in center field, right? You have his ability at shortstop, which we've seen in flashes when he plays.
2-0 to Trevor. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to the left side. The third baseman Scoble goes to second for 1. Kind of a wide throw. They do get Hickey there. They were not going to turn 2 there anyway. Trevor is at first. And they're 2 down. Watch MLB.tv and stream 250 or more spring training games and every out-of-market game live or on demand. Plus, stream MLB Network 24/7 for the entire season. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for details. I just said the word details very weird there. Details. Either it's details or details, not details.
Kind of had an accent mark on it there a little bit there.
Just details. Here is Roman Anthony, who takes pitch outside 1-0. Sifting thistles. Here's a time called by Brian Honora. We were in Sanibel yesterday, and there is a there's a store right on the beachfront that says she sells seashells. Here's the 1-0 to Roman, and it's a strike on
Down
the
on
outside
the
corner.
seashore.
Yeah. See, now Zach Kelly is up in the bullpen. Crochet's walking around in the first base dugout. Andrew Bailey just went by and gave him high five. So we'll see what happens there. 1-1 to the Roman Empire as Lopez sets at the belt. He throws. Ooh, a swing and a miss. That was a really good changeup. And it's 1-2.
One thing with Roman Anthony, we talk about his approach and his power and his speed and all that, but even when he's fooled, he's still balanced. Which so many players, when they're fooled, they take a bad swing to still try to make contact. A lot of young players do that. The ability to just swing through pitches early in counts and stay alive. It's
also
important.
Super impressive walk earlier in this game. The 1-2 is a chopper toward first. It's backhanded by France. He'll beat Roman to the bag, and the inning is over. Yoshida hit, nothing more for the Sox halfway home. Home of the Minnesota Twins down here in Fort Myers. 4-0 Red Sox. Crochet is throwing a weighted ball against the wall of the dugout, and now he's going to come out. So he'll start the bottom of the fifth. That should be fun. Come back and see more of Mr. Crochet, who's been rolling here today on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Mom, I need to lay low for a few days.
Lay low? What's going on?
I only paid for this Hyundai Tucson.
Christopher Allen Lynch.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. Get the car or SUV you want at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Right now, get 2.99% APR for 72 months on the Hyundai Santa Fe, Tucson, or Elantra. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today. Offers end March 31st. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
At Lowe's, our members get more. With the My Lowe's Rewards programs, you can shop member-only deals for your home and business every week. Plus, members earn points on eligible purchases. So what are you waiting for? Join for free today. Lowe's, we help, you save. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change. Free standard shipping not available in Alaska and Hawaii. Exclusions and more terms apply.
Celebrate St. Patrick's Day at the 99 restaurant this Sunday and Monday. Enjoy the traditional corned beef and cabbage dinner, or try the corned beef Reuben with a Lucky Horseshoe Ale. You gotta love the nines.
Winter weather can be frightful, but Shaws and Star Market's pickup and delivery, delightful. To help with snow days and driving delays, Shaws and Star Market offer free curbside pickup or get delivery. That's right, just order ahead and Shaws and Star Market will have your groceries ready for you curbside, or they can deliver right to your door. These convenient pickup and delivery services are available year-round to help you when you need it most. Download the app now. Shaws and Star Market can save you time and money.
You're listening to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Garrett Crochet is back on the mound for the bottom of the fifth. He fired the first pitch fastball that was fouled off by Ty France down the right field line. So 0-1, infield way backed up, playing this right-handed hitter to pull. Crochet's next one misses outside. What's crazy is that was a changeup. I know he comes out onto the mound with a little bit of a plan for his final inning of work, maybe work on a couple final things. It's been flawless so far, the 1-1. That's a doubled-up changeup. It missed outside. Those are about the two biggest mistakes he's made all day.
Yeah, and we haven't seen but just a handful of changeups. It's been a lot of fastball cutter action, so he's clearly wanting to say, hey, I want to work on this changeup a little bit here.
Here's the 2-1. Until you get in a hitter's count 97, no chance, and it's 2-2.
Changeup, gas.
I mean, this guy, look, he was on the worst team in baseball, the worst record in the history of the modern game. So in some ways buried with the Chicago White Sox last season. 2-2, a little bit high and outside. 96-mile-an-hour fastball. So now he's thrown 70 pitches. Let's see if this is his last hitter here. Zach Kelly continues to throw.
Go ahead and throw that cutter here. It's worked every other.
It has been awesome today. Here's the 3-2. It is just outside. He threw the cutter. He missed with it. I think Alex may come out here. He's sort of wandering about in the Red Sox dugout. Maybe one more hitter.
Looking like 75 is probably that pitch count.
So
excited to see Zach Kelly, though. He's got such good stuff.
He's worked on new weapons. He's added stuff to the arsenal, throwing more strikes, which is so key for him. Here's Vesky, who lines one down the left field line past the lunge of Bregman into the corner. And the Twins will have him at first and third. Christian took the big turn at first and held up over there. Vasquez has had the best at-bats of the day against Crochet.
And he went up there hunting the cutter, right? Finally, someone not guessing at that pitch, but looking for it, got one in the inner third. He was able to keep fair.
That'll do it for Crochet. What an outing for him. And you can totally understand it. This spring situation, again, change-ups to the first hitter of the fifth. He does look ticked off to give the ball to Alex Square, which I absolutely love. But he was awesome today. 7 strikeouts. That was just the first walk of the day, and it's a Red Sox crowd here today. And listen to the hand they give Garrett Crochet. So, Zach Kelly going to get a chance to pitch out of a jam when we come back. Bottom 5, first and third, nobody out. Shaw's at Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Town Fair Tire has the area's largest selection of Bridgestone tires. So we buy Bridgestone tires for less and sell them for less. The guaranteed lowest price you'll find anywhere. Plus, we give you more free services for life than any other tire dealer. So when you're looking for Bridgestone tires, there's only one place to go. Town Fair Tire. Because nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal. And I mean nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Come visit CCL Homescape Showroom in Abington this year to experience our state-of-the-art kitchen showroom. At CCL Homescapes, our design team listens, understands your family's needs, and stays on the pulse of trends. We work with you to create a beautiful and efficient space that your family will enjoy for years to come. Our showroom is open 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday and 8 a.m. to noon on Saturday. Go to cclco.com to learn more about how we can create the kitchen of your dreams. cclco.com.
You're listening to Red Sox Spring Training Baseball on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
First real threat all day for the Minnesota Twins. Garrett Crochet is out. Zach Kelly is in. And Crochet, as he's been all spring long, utterly dominant. He goes 4 innings, faces the 2 hitters here in the 5th. 1 walk, 2 hits, 7 strikeouts through 72 pitches, 48 of them for strikes.
Phenomenal. With that power stuff and the ability to hit your spots and consistently get ahead of batters, you're just going to find yourself in good spots.
So here now, Austin Martin. Red Sox will play at double play depth here while Romy holds the base runner Vasquez over at first. It's 4-0. Kelly's had a fantastic spring. Right-hander throws, and Martin skies one into right field. Anthony took a step in, now back to his left. The wind gets a hold of it, and it's going to 2-hop off the base of the wall. That's a double for Martin, and the Twins are on the board. It's 4-1 Red Sox.
Yeah, you know, and looking back at Zach Kelly over the past season, he got hurt a lot in 0-0 counts. First pitch swings, just like that one right there. That's another reason he's added that 2-seamer to hopefully get in on the hands of guys trying to ambush him. That one left out over the plate and hit hard to right.
It's not an easy play with a perfect read there, slicing line drive away from a right fielder, but with the way the wind is going right now, Roman, once he took the step in, had no chance. Now second and third infield most of the way in, especially at the corners, as Deshaun Kersey Jr. takes a cutter outside for ball 1.
You know, and also looking at Zach Kelly's stuff, he has some of the best stuff in the game, but it's his ability not to get ahead of batters is what's hurt him.
He's only walked 1 in camp, which is such a huge point of emphasis for Alex, but here we go again, 2-0.
Yeah, when you find yourself in the 2-0, 3-1, 3-0 counts and you have to throw that 4-seamer, finds himself in some trouble.
This is his 7th outing of spring, 6 innings, 2 runs, only 4 hits. Here's a foul ball just beneath me. Hard to get him into this booth. That was
You got to hit
close.
it pretty far up here. I flinched pretty hard on that one, Willie. I did.
I was going to say, for a ball player, what are you doing? You can make that play.
I think not looking at the batter when it came off and looked up and it was in our face.
2-1. Here's a strike. They can get on you in a hurry.
Yeah.
Well, why weren't you looking at the batter? You're looking at Kelly?
I'm looking at heat maps right now.
I was going to say, I'm trying to break it in the breeze and the palm trees.
Just breathing in the 70% humidity.
2 balls, 2 strikes, swinging a foul. I need to sit down with Andrew Bailey at some point because I can read. You got these heat maps from Baseball Savant, which is basically where the majority of their pitches, certain shapes, end up. But now there's so much data available about movement up and down, side to side, that it can kind of look to me like hieroglyphics.
This is last year, and these guys go into the off seasons now and come back with at least 1 or 2 new pitches every year because they go into the lab.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Swinging a high drive into center field. Rafaela comes in. He makes the play. Tagging at third is Vasquez. The throw is going to beat him by a mile. No slide, and he is out. Rafaela shows off a cannon, and the Red Sox get the second out of the inning.
You know you have a good arm when it looks like that into a 30-mile-per-hour wind. That was, I mean, it hit Connor Wong in his chest pad. It was a perfect throw.
Well, and he's done that 2 or 3 times now in spring training. Seems that being the everyday center fielder is suiting Rafaela just fine. He homered today. That was a missile from center field. We've seen Marcelo Meyer going up and down the dugout. Rob Refsnyder, too. Here is Jair Camargo. That's a pretty good pick there by Connor Wong. A cut fastball in the dirt. The numbers for Zach Kelly are sort of hard to understand, where there's not loud contact, but mistakes seem to get absolutely pummeled last season. Tons of home runs, too many walks. 1-0 here, the pitch. Swing at a little looper into left center field, back into his left. On the run, Rafaela. That was awesome defense from Cedon Rafaela. That thing just kept on carrying into the power alley, and Cedon outran the baseball. What an inning for him. Kelly hit a little hard in the inning, but gets out of it with just 1 run on the ledger of Crochet. We go to the 6th. 4-1 Red Sox in the Shaw's and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Winter weather can be frightful, but Shaw's and Star Market's pickup and delivery, delightful. To help with snow days and driving delays, Shaw's and Star Market offer free curbside pickup or get delivery. That's right. Just order ahead and Shaw's and Star Market will have your groceries ready for you curbside, or they can deliver right to your door. These convenient pickup and delivery services are available year-round to help you when you need it most. Download the app now. Shaw's and Star Market can save you time and money.
Welcome to the Nissan Now sales event. Are you all right?
I wanted to get here before the best offers were gone.
You're just in time. Let me show you what we've got. There's the all-new Kicks. The sporty Sentra. Or our best-selling Rogue, a Consumer Guide Best Buy 11 years in a row. You must be exhausted.
I think I'm ready for my next adventure.
For the #1 shopping experience among non-luxury car buyers, according to J.D. Power, get to Nissan now. Now get a low $249 per month lease for 39 months on Rogue. For J.D. Power 2024 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Well-qualified lessees. 2025 Rogue S all-wheel drive. $46.39 initial payment excludes tax, title, and license. Disposition fee due at lease end. Take from new dealer stock. Call 1-888-858-8319 for offer details. Ends 3/31/25.
Town Fair Tire sells all the name brand tires, and we sell them all at the guaranteed lowest price. Plus, because Town Fair Tire also gives you more free services than all the other tire dealers, nobody beats
Town Fair Tire. You're listening to Red Sox Spring Training Baseball
on the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Connor Wong leads it off in the top of the 6th inning, seeing Pablo Lopez for the 3rd time. He has a sac fly, a solo blast, straightaway center. Second straight game, the Red Sox will see a starting pitcher into the 6th inning. On the other side, as Lopez misses with a changeup to Wong, 1-1.
The good thing about today is it's not Chris Sale. Right? Yesterday, he was, when I say mid-season form, he was locked in with all 3 pitches.
A challenge there from, I think, the Twins. Did they overrule and call it a strike?
Yes, they did.
I do think that was initially called a ball, so that's the 3rd correct challenge for the Minnesota Twins today, and now Wong, a little rattled, will call for time.
Yeah, normally you're going to find when these numbers start to come out on this, when catchers challenge, it's normally correct.
I think
they know what they're
doing.
They
know
see
the
Oh,
it
zone better than anybody. 0-2 to Wong. Pitch is fouled off. We might need to close our door. We've created a little bit of a wind tunnel here at Hammond Stadium in the visitors booth. Thank you, Al. Zach Coe is back at the flagship EEI. Doug Lane and Alvaro Hernandez with us in the booth. Been a really fun day.
I gotta say, Big Al was showing me how to play second base earlier, and it was his footwork is phenomenal.
0-2 is swung on and missed, and the inning sees its first out. Wong is retired. Al is dialed in. He plays all these adult leagues. He's had multiple surgeries. He will not hang it up. He lives for the game.
I love that.
Here now, Romy Gonzalez. You can sort of tell that Romy's still searching for his timing a little bit. All the delay in his camp. One out, none on. The pitch, swing and a foul and a changeup. That's strike one. Here's your chance to make a donation for an exclusive Red Sox Foundation charity bag and a ticket for the game on April 5th. Learn more at redsox.com/charitybags. Pablo Lopez wanted a new baseball there, flips it away on the third base side. We saw so much of that a season ago where pitchers were ticked off at the quality of the baseballs coming out to the mound. Alex Cora's got Jason Varitek on his side as Romy grounds one to second. It is handled there by Castro, throws to first, and there's the second out of the inning. They're trying to figure out who's going to play and hit where. He's got Vaughn Grissom alongside Varitek and Cora. One thing about Alex, I love everything about him as a manager. My only gripe is that in spring training, he does not make straight changes. So, the shortstop will not necessarily hit where Trevor Story is hitting.
And for us, obviously, that's tough. And then you find your score sheet just to look awful by the eighth.
You know what? We can deal with it as David Hamilton takes a strike on the outside corner.
That's what Al's for.
That's it. Well, he's great at it. Other than Bayo and Crawford, we sit here exactly 1 week from the final Florida spring game. It could not have gone any better for the Red Sox as Hamilton takes a changeup outside for a ball, 1-1.
Yeah, and to that point, Will, you look for certain things from certain players in spring training, and I feel like all those guys, you got what you wanted.
And today has been a microcosm of a lot of those things. The 1-1 is a line drive to second, backhanded by Castro. Good swing for Hamilton, but he's gone, and so are the Sox here in the sixth. 4-1, bottom six next. Shaw's and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Do your pipes suffer from low D? Low D is when your pipes aren't draining properly and things get stuck, causing a backup. Don't wait to get things flowing again. Go to drainsbyjames.com and get your pipes unclogged and feeling free again. Whether it's drain cleaning, water jetting, camera inspection, or pipe lining repair, Drains by James is available 24/7 at drainsbyjames.com. Low D can be serious if not treated right away. Drains by James. They give a poop about your pipes.
Town Fair Tire sells all the name brand tires, and we sell them all at the guaranteed lowest price. Plus, because Town Fair Tire also gives you more free services than all the other tire dealers, nobody beats Town Fair Tire.
I'm Brian Tedesco, CEO of Blaupunk Americas, the pioneers of the car stereo. Today, we're not just about sound systems. We are revolutionizing the e-bike scene with Blue Dot Bike. Thanks to AmericanEagle.com, our online presence now features a dynamic e-commerce website that showcases the quality and affordability of our foldable e-bikes. And our collegiate e-bikes, just perfect for the college fanatic. These e-bikes offer a new way to experience freedom on two wheels, no matter your age. When we needed a top-notch website to match our cutting-edge e-bikes, we turned to AmericanEagle.com. They made the impossible seem easy, tackling digital challenges like pros. Check out the Blue Dot Bike website to see AmericanEagle.com's amazing work in action. Need the best in website and digital marketing solutions? AmericanEagle.com is your go-to. They've been a game changer for us, and they can be for you too. Visit AmericanEagle.com or call 877-WEB-NOW1. That's 877-WEB-NOW1.
You're listening to the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Welcome you back here to Lee Health Stadium here in Fort Myers. Red Sox leading the Twins 4-1 here in the bottom of the sixth. Zach Kelly still on the bump here for the Sox. His first pitch fouled off on the left side.
On third base, number 20, Nick Sogo.
Did you get a little play-by-play in?
I got one pitch and you came back. I was having fun.
Eventually, we'll get you going on that. Good to do it in spring as Zach Kelly sort of stumbles on the mound there with a cut fastball that missed to Willie Castro. So, I believe the count is 2-1. Defensive changes everywhere. David Hamilton is gone. Vaughn Grissom is now the second baseman. Romy stays put at first as the 1-1 is a big swing and a miss by Castro. Marcelo Myers at shortstop. Nick Sogard at third. Refsnyder in left. And Carlos Narvaez is the catcher. So Wong is gone. Shida was the first to be removed as the DH. Story, Bregman done for the day. The 1-2 is outside. A good thing about playing here is on a Sunday afternoon, we are, 2 miles from JetBlue Park, and these guys can be in their condos and homes in no time. The 2-2 is swung on and missed. Really good stuff there from Kelly. There's one away. But, Will, you were in the dugout yesterday on the television side, and something stood out to you about this new core of Red Sox
you brought
leaders.
that up, too, is, I was calling the game from the camera well, which is, it's a fun angle, right? You get to see things in a different perspective. But I would go down and do the player interviews with guys at the end of the dugout. And after I finished an interview with Trevor Story, I noticed that Story, Bregman, and Duran all stayed in the dugout for an inning and a half after coming out of the game to watch these young kids and cheer them on and encourage them. And if they had any questions, be there to answer them for them. Just shows the leadership of this ball club.
We keep saying it, but it's a real thing. It's such a different feeling as Kelly gets a strike on the inside corner, 1-1. I think Zach Kelly would tell you he's not thrown enough first pitch strikes today, and I'm sure that's something he and Andrew Bailey will talk about. But it means so much more from veterans like Bregman and Story. The 1-1 is grounded toward third. Nice pick there by Sogard. He's so versatile defensively. Throws to first, and they're 2 down.
You got to think Nick Sogard's going to be a big part of this team, right? The bench is so important in baseball, especially now with the versatility of players and playing matchups and batting guys in certain situations for those matchups. His ability to play anywhere on the infield. He's shown he can play the outfield. We saw him play a little bit of first, which Romy's probably the first guy, but if you need a left-handed bat and it's not Tristan Costas, he can be your guy.
2 down, here's Buxton. 4-1 Red Sox in the 6th as Kelly pumps a first pitch strike right there on 1. If Christian Campbell can earn that second base job, which the Red Sox are so eager for him to do, looks like the bench right now will be Refsnyder, Hamilton, and Romy. The 0-1 pitch is a strike on the outside corner.
And I would assume for our backup catcher, Narvaez.
He certainly seems to have the edge to win that backup job behind Wong. Connor homered today. Rafaela has homered. Garrett Crochet was awesome. And brilliant double play turn by Bregman and Hamilton.
Yes, that was so good. That was my favorite part of the day. The homers were cool, but that double play was impressive.
0-2. Here it is. That's in the dirt. But if you got guys not only like Sogard, but think about it. If at AAA you have Marcelo Meyer, Roman Anthony, Sogard, Thompson maybe, depending on opt-outs, right. Nate Eaton. I mean, they got some real depth in the organization. 1-2. Chopper foul.
The issue with Trace Thompson is the spring he's had. If he opts out here, someone's going to grab him. Somebody's going to pick him up. I doubt he is able to, come back here and play at Worcester so we can stockpile that talent there. He's going to end up somewhere else on a big league team.
Well, he got a little fortunate in that the sickness to Wilyer Abreu gave him so many more at-bats, and he really took advantage of them.
He really did. I mean, 6 homers, 13 RBIs. He played nearly every day there for a while, the first half of camp.
4-1 Sox, 1-2 to Buxton. Kelly bent back, right leg, straight on the left side. The 1-2 pitch, a little bit high and outside, 2-2. Probably be the last salvo here for Buxton on a Sunday afternoon. He and Correa likely to be lifted from this game. 2-2, the pitch is just inside a sweeper, and I think they should challenge, and they will. Narvaez thought that was on the inside corner, and we'll see.
Front door. See if he got it.
Stand by for ABS challenge. Here it comes. And a strike. They got him. Narvaez gets it right. That is such a fun system. It's coming to the big leagues soon. I feel like we're in Flushing for the U.S. Open. That was awesome. Inning over, we go to the 7th. 4-1 Red Sox lead the Twins in the Shaws and Star Market. WEEI, Red Sox Radio Network.
When you decide to sell your home, don't settle for a good agent. Go for a great one. Go for a Weichert agent. A Weichert agent looks at you as a partner, not a transaction, and will work day and night to get you the results you're looking for. And your Weichert agent is backed by the Weichert brand. With over 50 years of experience, Weichert agents have guided thousands of buyers and sellers through every facet of home ownership. Don't settle for good. Go for great. Work with a Weichert agent. Each Weichert franchised office is independently owned and operated.
With all the money you can save on gas when you use the Club Citgo Rewards app, you're good to go. But good to go where? Good to go fly first class?
Hot towel.
Cool. Good to go to the opera. Good to sit ringside at a boxing match. Good to go salsa dancing? Tap dancing? Or polka dancing? Download Citgo's money-saving Club Citgo app today. The easiest way to save money on fuel. Now you're good to go.
This is Scott McFarlane of McFarlane Energy. While there's no shortage of companies offering heating oil delivery, boilers, furnaces, heat pumps, and air conditioning, we stand apart from the rest. Since opening our doors in 1946, our goal has been to deliver the best combination of price, expertise, and equipment to all of Eastern Mass and the Cape. This winter, consider McFarlane Energy for your next oil delivery. You'll love our prices, and we'll treat you and your home like family. And don't forget to ask us about cleaner burning bioheat. Please visit us at McFarlaneEnergy.com.
Town Fair Tire sells all the name brand tires, and we sell them all at the guaranteed lowest price. Plus, because Town Fair Tire also gives you more free services than all the other tire dealers, nobody beats
Town Fair Tire. The Greg Hill Show, weekdays, 5:30 to 10.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Cedon Rafaela having a big day on both sides. Leads it off in the top of the 7th. Danny Coulombe, a left-hander, is on the mound. Cedon crushed lefties a year ago. So did the man on deck, Rob Refsnyder, as Cedon takes inside for ball 1.
A lot of these guys have seen Coulombe already. He was in Baltimore the last 2 seasons. In 2023, he had 61 appearances there for them with a 2.81 ERA. Good arm.
Cedon has a bullet outfield assist, a nice running catch. He swings and fouls a cutter off on the third base side. He worked a beautiful count for himself, 2-0, and then launched. Home run just over the left field wall.
Yeah, that slider into Cedon right there. Had he not made contact with that, it might have hit his back leg. It was so far inside, but he fouled it off. It looked like it went off his kneecap.
Yeah.
Not in a ton of pain, but he got a piece of him.
Probably to Nora, a little professional courtesy, give him a little extra time sweeping off the plate. I would also imagine on a day like this, Brian is not feeling all that great behind the plate with all that gear on. I mean, we're hot enough up here.
It's warm. It's not as warm as yesterday when I was calling the game from the camera well.
Love the bucket hat, by the way. 1-1. You pulled it off. Swinging a high drive down the left field line, foul. It's hard not to dream a little bit. We talk about what if Roman Anthony gets here and is a monster? What if Marcelo Meyer continues? What if Campbell can figure out second base? But I think in some ways that downplays what might happen with guys like Cedon. 1-1. Here's the pitch. That's way high and outside. If he and Abreu, after their first full year, get so much more comfortable, it could be very fun to watch their next step.
Yeah, and just stockpiling all this talent is always nice because you do have to make trades. You do have to make moves along the way, and being able to have this talent, these guys being big league ready with the new guys coming, it's like eventually there's going to be decisions to be made.
2-2 after a foul ball that got a bite out of Christian Vasquez. We were talking about all the depth with Sogard and Grissom and others. Injuries are coming, too. I mean, it's just an inevitable part of baseball. And it's so important to call guys up that are ready to help you that day. 2-2. High foul. That, to me, even that is a swing from Cedon that is encouraging. Kind of fooled, had to lunge out onto his front foot, able to make contact and stay alive.
Sometimes it's as easy as taking your swing from 100% to just going up there and swinging 90%. and you have more control of the bat.
He put in so much work in the offseason. 2-2, there's a really good take.
That was a perfect example. How many times we sit in the booth and go, just 2 strikes, just throw a high heater, and you know he's swinging at it. He could not lay off that pitch. We've seen him do it a lot this spring.
3 balls and 2 strikes. 4-1 Boston. The pitch is high. Good take by Rafaela. Very close. And a leadoff walk for Rafaela in the 7th.
You know, and you look down and you see Alex Cora come up to the top step, looking right at Rafaela and clapping towards him, saying, "Great at bat." Because that is what exactly the at bats they're looking for from him in his development as a big leaguer.
So here's Rob Refsnyder. Rob Bradford is also in our booth.
He just can't stay away. He's got to be in here.
Well, he was down talking to Crochet as Refsnyder launches one high and deep into center field. Oh, my goodness. Off the batter's eye, straight away center, and it is 6-1 Red Sox. Wow. He and Connor Wong have touched him to center field.
He knew he got it, too. You saw him just take that big swing, drop the bat, slowly get out of the batter's box, working his way down to first base. Got every bit of that one Rob did.
Well, he is much bigger, much stronger. He's got real juice in that bat from the right side. It'll bring up Vaughn Grissom. Rob Bradford hops on with us for a moment here.
It's a great day for Rob.
You were down in the clubhouse. Yeah, one Rob begets another.
I just want to say, my daughters have baseball isn't boring stickers all over their iPads, their drawing pads, their swimsuits. Everything they own has stickers on them. So thank you.
Just like their dad. Just like their dad.
Hey, look right here.
Yeah, there, right there. There it is.
All right, who takes a strike on the outside corner?
By the way, they're in the car listening right now.
All right, say hello. Thank you for all your support.
Today, baseball is definitely not boring for the Red Sox as Grissom waits for an 0-1 pitch, and it is swung on a miss. All right, Rob, you were down, and Garrett Crochet talked to the writers. What were the main takeaways?
You know, obviously this is the second to last one that he's got. And for me, it's the difference in confidence that he has even from a year ago, right? A year ago, everything was sort of experimental, as he just said.
0-2 is down and in.
Said, yeah, you know, he was confident in his abilities, but he didn't know how it was going to play out. He knows what a season looks like, how it's going to play out as a starter. And that's why I think he's going into this year more confident than ever. And obviously you can see that in his results.
He looks so good. The 1-2 to Grissom. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. Vaughn wants to challenge. That looked borderline. We'll see what happens here. I cannot get enough of the challenge system. And it's going to stay a strike, so Vaughn will be struck at. That would cost the Red Sox a challenge. But what did he think about his outing specifically today?
Yeah, he was pretty pleased. And, you know, sometimes these guys aren't happy, even though the results are really, really good. But I think he came away very optimistic. He said he was, when Alex Cora came out to get him, he was a little bit surprised in the sense that he didn't realize his pitch count was that high. But a lot of foul balls, and that's just how it goes. But I think that for where he's at right now, he's really, really optimistic. And, I mean, join the club, right? Who isn't optimistic about Garrett Crochet right now?
He looked awesome. Nathan Hickey is the batter. He came on for Yoshida in the 5th inning, batting from the left side. His hair makes Rob jealous, and he takes a strike on the outside corner at Cutter, and it's 1-1.
Will will attest to. You've probably seen some guys, right, who've grown out their hair in spring training,
of course,
and then have to adjust their batting helmets maybe a little bit.
Yeah. Hickey loses his helmet on swings
all the time.
Every time.
All the time.
1-1 to him is swung on the miss. The helmet falls off, and it's 1-2. Rob, you talked to Garrett last year when he was with the White Sox. You've had conversations with him on your podcast. How is his routine going into this season for the second time as a starter different?
Well, it's different in terms of, I mean, his routine was sort of you're figuring out as you go, and you think you have a plan, and that went back when he got Chris Getz to agree to make him a starter.
Glad he did. 1-2 is in the dirt to Hickey.
And so before last year, they said, hey, I want to be a starter. Okay, this is the plan. And they think they know what they had, but now they know what they had. And that's the biggest difference, I think, when it comes to his confidence. And as he said last year, this is a reason why he wanted the extension if he was going to get traded. He does not want to do anything but have this routine.
2-2, swing and a miss. Hickey could not hold up. So now the million-dollar question, Robbie. This Red Sox group has done a great job, and it's to their credit, of keeping their cards close to their vest. It is my sense that both parties want to have an extension done before opening day. Do you think that will happen?
I don't think it will happen. I think it's a little bit more complicated than maybe that we want it to be. I think that he wants to be in Boston. This is the place where he knows an extension is makes all the sense in the world. He said that flat out. Said if Boston, we're fortunate that he landed in Boston because Boston is a place he wants to be, and they have the money to do it. But it's going to be a ton of money.
Oh, one to Carlos Narvaez is high.
And one of the flies in the ointment, is he has the same agent as Max Fried. Okay, they know what Max Fried is. So if that agency is looking and comparing and saying, well, you're going to get more than Max Fried.
One pitch is fouled off.
Well, a lot also has to do with he's had one season as a starter. He threw 146 innings last year. 2023, just 12 innings. Obviously coming back from injury the previous season. And then 54 innings in 2021. So you kind of want to see also, can he do that again and go 150 innings?
And that's what I mean. And I totally agree with you, Will. We're looking from the player's perspective, from the team's perspective, too. If you are going to eclipse the Max Fried deal, it is an enormous leap of faith, as good as he is, to give him that money off of that short sample size.
1-2 pitch is a breaking ball pop foul on the first base side. I think this is a little different than some of these negotiations because, as you said, Rob, Garrett wants to be in Boston. I think it's reasonable for Craig Breslow to say, let's see it for a year. And it'll be a really good problem if it costs us more money to pay him because he will have had a great year.
And you know what, Will? I don't see a problem with that, really. It's as much as we like the idea of Garrett Crochet and we like the person and we like the product that we've seen this year so far and last year. Why not?
1-2 is down and that's one of the reasons they felt comfortable giving up so much because they had the 2 years to see him and figure it out.
Yeah, and I know that some teams. I talked to somebody yesterday who was interested in Garrett Crochet trading for him. And it was a case of we're not confident that we can extend him. And if you aren't, then
you're not making the deal.
You're not making the deal.
Narvaez is gone. Will he challenge? He got one right as a catcher. Now he's trying to do it as a hitter. I think Honora called that a strike. He's challenging as a batter in this spot.
Now, if he's wrong, they're out of challenges.
He is wrong, and the inning is over.
Oh, no more.
Man.
That's 2.
6-1, though. Thanks,
Will
Rob.
Middlebrook's great at tapping the head. You would be awesome in the ABS era. You're awesome in this era, too.
It's called a teammate.
Yeah, there you go.
Thanks, Rob. That was great.
All right, see you guys.
All right, we go to the bottom of the 7th, 6-1 Sox in the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
T-Mobile Home Internet is all about speed, value.
What you doing, Zach?
First thing, there are so many benefits, you gotta talk fast.
T-Mobile Home Internet ranks #1 in customer satisfaction for home wireless internet by J.D. Power.
Wow, you are good.
Try singing it. T-Mobile has price lock.
They won't raise your rate on internet.
Hulu and Paramount Plus on there.
Get T-Mobile Home Internet all in for just $55 a month with auto pay and any postpaid voice line.
Additional terms apply. For J.D. Power 2024 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards.
Just like our hometown legends of the diamond, Herb Chambers has been hitting it out of the park for decades with legendary customer service. With over 35 brands and so many locations, Herb Chambers offers the largest inventory of cars, trucks, and SUVs in New England. You can always count on getting the lowest prices and best value. And at Herb Chambers, you always get more for your trade. Come see for yourself and experience our legendary customer service today. Herb Chambers. We don't sell cars. We help people buy them.
Just in time for your St. Patrick's Day celebrations, corned beef and green cabbage are on sale at Shaws and Star Market. Pick up Signature Select Corned Beef Point Cut for just $1.27 a pound and green cabbage for 17 cents a pound when you use a digital coupon. Both limit 2 while supplies last. When you shop with the Shaws app, you get amazing deals and earn points on every purchase. Short on time? Order free curbside pickup or get delivery. Don't miss the 4-day St. Patrick's sale. Ends Monday. Shaws and Star Market, perfecting the art of fresh.
Celebrate St. Patrick's Day at the 99 restaurant this Sunday and Monday. Enjoy the traditional corned beef and cabbage dinner, or try the corned beef Reuben with a Lucky Horseshoe Ale. You gotta love the 9s.
You're listening to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Isaiah Campbell is on the mound for the Red Sox as we go into the bottom of the 7th. Everybody stretched out in spring home of the Minnesota Twins, just down the road from the Sox camp. Campbell to bat. Nick Sogard has moved from third to first. Abraham Toro now playing third base. Trace Thompson is in right, and Nate Eaton. That's Cedon Rafael ahead on home. So 6-1 Red Sox as we go into the bottom half of the 7th. It's been a little shaky in spring training for Campbell, who walked too many and gave up loud contact in his brief time with the Red Sox a year ago.
Yeah, and Campbell, he's interesting on the mound, too, because he's about 80% breaking ball. Slider and sweeper, he only throws about 20% fastballs.
1-0 outside, and that was a problem last year. Everybody sat on that slider and launched.
Exactly. So he's got to throw more fastballs and command that fastball to make those breaking balls more effective.
Goes back to what you were saying earlier, be nasty in the zone. It's such a challenge, and that was not even close. A slider in the dirt, 3-0. The bullpen is a battle right now for the Red Sox. I mean, it seems like even though he's had a really shaky camp, Hendricks is going to make the team, obviously. Chapman is on. The lefties are a little bit interesting. Justin Wilson, who signed a major league deal, feels like almost a sure thing. He's pitched well as a fastball from Campbell misses outside, so a 4-pitch walk to begin his outing. And then it gets really interesting. I mean, Justin Slayton is going to be on the ball club. Whitlock has been utterly dominant. But beyond that, now we're talking about a lot of spots for a bunch of guys.
The middle relief, even the long relief, there's a bit of a competition between Josh Winkowski and Michael Fulmer, who Michael Fulmer does not have a roster spot at the moment.
Greg Weissert has been awesome. Sort of met the moment as Ty France misses outside. I mean, we saw Zach Kelly earlier in this game. Again, we keep saying this about position players, starters. It is a really good thing for a club to have hard decisions in the bullpen.
Absolutely, and it comes down to who has options and who doesn't. Who can we stash in AAA?
0-1 is a ground ball into the outfield. That's a base hit. So it's a little rocky early for Campbell. 2 on, nobody out.
Yeah, so depth is great, right? Because through the grind of 162, as you said, Will, earlier, injuries are coming. They happen. But if you're able to plug and place with guys who have big league experience and big league stuff, that's where you turn into a really good ball club when you have depth.
The Aura Pavilion at Fenway is the perfect place to enjoy a game. It offers cushioned seats, in-seat service, access to the climate-controlled Aura Club space behind home plate, and more. Campbell at the belt throws to Vasquez, who's had a really nice day at the plate. He takes a strike on the outside corner. Season ticket packages in the Aura Pavilion start at 20 games. Please visit redsox.com/Aura Pavilion for more info. That is a great, great spot to catch a game as the 0-1 is down and away. People wouldn't always think this, Will, because you want to be as close to the field as you can in a big league game. That pavilion level, whether it's Deltec or Aura, it's at like the perfect height. You're right above the ball game. You see everything happen.
Absolutely it is.
1-1, swing and a foul off the bat of Vasquez, and it's now 1-2.
Anytime, actually, when Jenny and the girls or my family comes in, that's where they sit. And not only is the food there, but to your point, it's some of the best seats in the house.
Free popcorn for the kids, bar right behind for mom and dad. It's awesome. 6-1 Red Sox. Christian Vasquez is quite literally one of Alex Cora's best friends on earth. 1-2 pitch is a little bit high. They hang out all the time in the offseason, and Alex has been pretty open about it. He said, it got easier, actually, once I was no longer his manager. Didn't have to sort of balance the two sides of it. 2-2. Marcelo deep in the hole at short. Breaking ball in the dirt. Slider, and the count is full.
Now, was that friendship just built here, or was it there had to have been like winter ball because they're both Puerto Rican? It's got to be go back to the roots. They did all the week
with the Molinas. Alex, of course, the general manager of Caguas, where Christian dabbled a little bit. And plus, they were just in a foxhole together for so long. The 3-2 is way high. He flips the bat away. So 2 walks and a hit from Campbell. And the bases are loaded with nobody out. I will never forget that at-bat that he had in Game 3 of the divisional series against the Tampa Bay Rays. After the immaculate deflection off of Hunter Renfroe's leg in right field, it bounced out of play. The Rays somehow didn't score a run, and then Christian, an epic battle to walk it off with a homer.
Unbelievable.
And you were his teammate. You know one thing that's really important about him is Austin Martin now bats. The pitch is skied into shallow right field, actually carrying pretty well. Trace Thompson will circle around and make the play. Tagging at third is Martin. He'll come home to score, and it's a sac fly. The score is now 6-2. Christian came up as one of the great defensive catchers in the game, framing, receiving, huge arm before the Tommy John surgery. And while he wouldn't always put up huge offensive numbers, I think among all of those guys in that era, there were very few I would have rather had at the plate in a big spot.
Oh, he had the clutch gene. That was it. He loved the big spot.
Here's Deshaun Kersey Jr. He takes a strike on the outside corner.
Yeah, some guys are just built for those situations, right? It's not comparing in any way, but you look at like Stanton in New York, where he struggles all season, and then the bright lights come on and he takes off.
Incredible. 0-1 is fouled back to the screen. They're starting to worry that he's going to miss a couple months, maybe the whole year. He's got these elbow issues that might need surgery.
So odd. I was listening to Brian Cashman on the radio today, and him talking about, and by the way, Garrett Cole not getting Tommy John, but getting the internal brace surgery that many guys are going to now, half the recovery time.
0-2 is fouled back to the screen.
But yeah, the elbows, it's so, he said he battled through it all last year, and then it got worse and worse and worse, obviously, to this point.
So now the Yankees, no Cole, no Heel. Stanton is a real problem. Mayhew's been kind of banged up a little bit.
Well, they lost a lot of talent. It wasn't just Juan Soto. Torres, Clay Holmes.
0-2 is going to start now as Holmes. Here's a ground ball into left field. That's a base hit. Get another run home for the Twins. It has not gone well for Isaiah Campbell, and it's now 6-3.
Tough spring continues for Isaiah Campbell.
But it just shines a light on the fact that, the Red Sox have every opportunity to compete for and win the American League East. The Orioles did not add much in the offseason. The Blue Jays are such an X factor.
Yeah, and, it felt weird saying, they can win this division after the way the last couple seasons had gone. But after the Garrett Cole injury, after that news, you go, all right, I think I'm a little more comfortable now saying I think they can win this division.
Meeting on the mound, we take 10 seconds for station ID on the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
From the WEEI studios, 93.7 WEEI FM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Jair Camargo is going to bat now, 2 runs in for the Twins. Still going with first and second and only 1 out. Campbell throws. Camargo swings and misses at a 93-mile-an-hour fastball, and it's 0-1. Corbin Burns confirmed this week that both the Orioles and the Red Sox made huge offers to him, but that he wanted to be close to his hometown, play for the Arizona Diamondbacks, the 0-1. He's outside, and you and I will never begrudge anyone for wanting to live in Scottsdale.
No. We bought our first home in North Scottsdale. Hated to leave, but, we had to move to Florida, and, man, the summers are hot, but, man, it is lovely out there in the fall.
1-1 is fouled back. Listen, the Red Sox a couple years ago lost out on Zach Eflin for a similar reason, where people from afar, I don't think, always appreciate the day-to-day realities of being a big league ball player. And Burns, who's got a couple young girls just like you, now they get to stay at home for all of spring training.
Better. 81 games. He's in his own bed.
1-2. Here's the pitch. Way high and outside. 2-2. Although there are some hotels that we go to that have better beds than mine.
That's a good point. We do. That's the one thing with being with the Boston Red Sox. Everything's first class when you travel.
Mark Cacciatore does such a great job lining all that up for us. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 6-3. The Sox lead as a foul ball on the third base side. It starts right away. I mean, think about the next couple of weeks between Mark and Jimmy Freeman, who runs security for the Red Sox. We're going to Mexico, sort of an unknown land. I know that all of them have taken sort of these site scouting trips to check out the hotel, the ballpark, the drive.
Right. Yeah,
that's so many layers. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pitch popped foul on the first base side, but the wind may bring it back out of the seats. Sogard gonna have a very tough time.
Wow,
very nicely done. That thing moved 20 feet in the air.
Off the bat, Willie, that was going in the stands. That was over the tarp near the stands and blew back at least 15 yards.
Like your T-balls often do. Here comes Willie Castro. He's going to hit here in this bottom of the 7th inning. You were part of so many different organizations. Was that a real thing for you that the Red Sox just were sort of at a higher echelon the way they treated
there
players.
Was. And, you know, you look at these, you got the Yankees, the Red Sox, the Dodgers, these bigger market teams, they spend more, they obviously have more to take care of their players. And it starts with travel, it starts with hotels, and everything is just top-notch.
1-1 to Willie Castro after Campbell, who's settled in, spun a breaking ball in the outside corner. 6-3 in the seventh pitch. Almost hit him, brushed him back out of the way.
What's tough is when you have experienced that as a player and then you go back to the minor leagues,
Sure.
right? It's like, I don't want to play on the swings if I've been to Disney, you know what I mean?
I do. 1-1. That's just not your job. A fastball on the outside corner, a strike, and it's 1-2. It is amazing how the modern club has so many people in place who exist to make ball players and their families comfortable.
Absolutely. It's gotten better and better through the years. But I noticed that a lot. The Red Sox do a phenomenal job with the families and taking care of them and making sure they are comfortable and taken care of. So, and the Red Sox have been like that ever since I can remember.
Here's a bunt attempt, foul down the third base line. Nice job by Narvaez. I feel like I've heard that somewhere before. Why would I ride the swings when I've already been to Disneyland? I think that's what it can feel like to be a player for the Red Sox. But between Caitlin and Catch, Tommy McLaughlin, Raquel Ferreira, who has a much more elevated role in the front office, but she's so integrated. I'm sure she welcomed you so warmly as a Red Sox player.
Raquel is like a second mother to me. When I came in as an 18-year-old, there's a lot of kids that come in young like that, and they are so uncomfortable. And you're homesick. And you really don't have anybody to lean on. And she just welcomes you. Hey, if you need anything, come to my office. And I can't tell you how many times I would just go sit in her office, just get away from the craziness of a clubhouse.
She really does have a gift for that. The 1-2 is a ground ball to the right side. Grissom to his left. He's got it. Throw to first in time. And everybody loves Disney. Inning over. Campbell gave up a couple. We go to the eighth inning. 6-3 Red Sox in the Shaws and Star Market. WEEI, Red Sox Radio Network.
For a limited time at Verizon, you can get our best price ever for a single line. Just $45 per month when you bring your phone, which is less than you spend on Too Tired to Cook takeout every week. Get one line on unlimited welcome for $45 per month with autopay plus taxes and fees. Visit your local Boston Verizon store by April 2nd to save. $20 monthly promo credits applied over 36 months with a new line on unlimited welcome. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds. Additional terms apply.
This is the story of the one. As a quality technician in a food processing center, she knows that making the right call is the best way to avoid a recall. That's why she trusts Grainger's world-class supply chain to deliver the high-quality supplies she needs to help keep her production line, her equipment, and her customers happy and healthy. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
A great lawn is like a great sports team. It takes expertise and a little extra care to really stand out. That's where True Green comes in. They're the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour, so they know a thing or two about keeping grass looking like a fairway. Here's the best part. It's more affordable than you think, and they'll even match any competitor's price. Plus, True Green backs it all up with a satisfaction guarantee. Not happy? They'll come back between visits to make it right. Don't wait. Head to TrueGreen.com today. Let the pros do the work while you sit back and enjoy the results.
Town Fair Tire sells all the name brand tires, and we sell them all at the guaranteed lowest price. Plus, because Town Fair Tire also gives you more free services than all the other tire dealers, nobody beats
Town Fair Tire. Jones and Keefe.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Trace Thompson is going to lead it off as we make our way into the eighth inning. 6-3, Red Sox lead. Griffin Jax, one of the dominant relievers in all of baseball, is on the mound. What a 1-2 punch he and Yohan Duran are. Some kind of a delay. Thompson sort of steps out. I think in the regular year that might have been a violation on Griffin Jax, but hey, it's spring training.
I'm not sure the pitch clock was even on.
Clock operator error as Thompson takes down and in, ball one.
Hey, Griffin Jacks, man, this is one of the guys you watch even from the broadcast booth and go, I don't want to face this guy. Played at Air Force, that's always cool.
Here's a pitch that is a strike on the outside corner to Thompson, 1-1. Joey Gallo, you were talking about him, some of your careers. He's moving to the mound, and he's on the mound right now.
Is he?
In a spring game. Here's a 1-1 sweeper from Jacks that misses outside.
We know the power, right? I've seen him hit some of the furthest balls in batting practice I've ever seen. But he's got a cannon, too. Absolute cannon.
It's always one of his real assets. 2-1 to Thompson, fouled off on the third base side. This week in camp for Thompson's got to be really interesting psychologically because he's done everything he can to make this team, but the writing's sort of on the wall.
Right, and he's 34 years old. He's been around for a while, and I'm sure he can see what's happening and probably has a good idea that it's going to take a lot for him to make this roster, even though he's put up crazy numbers.
2-2, swing and a miss. He got him, did Jacks on a changeup. You're looking at some of the savant stuff, the heat maps. What is it that makes Jacks so special?
Well, you see all that red?
Well, that's a good start.
That's pretty good. But you look at it, his command is phenomenal. But then you look at that pitch right there. The changeup that he will throw to right-handers is very good, but it's the four-seamer and the sweeper action that he's able to throw. Throws that four-seamer at the top of the zone and just tunnels that sweeper right off of it.
There's a sweeper to Nick Sogard that is tunneled for a strike, and it's 0-1. So here is the now Tampa Bay defensive alignment. Baez is at first base, Nate Baez. Brian Honora's got something going on with his mask. Briseño is the second baseman for them, Miguel Briseño. What a name at shortstop, Nick Lucky. And then Scoble continues at third as Sogard swings over the top of a changeup. It's 0-2.
Yeah, something else with Jacks as well. Watch how quick he is to the plate. That can make you really have to work on your timing against him because you find yourself as a hitter rushing through your mechanics because he gets to the plate so quick.
0-2 is strike three on the outside corner, and he looks just like himself. 2 down. You know, one of the things we talk a lot about in baseball is extension, like how far down the mound you get.
Right.
Jumps on a hitter. He's not at the top of any list on that, but to your point, the actions make it feel like he's right on top of you.
Right, he's just so quick. Right? He's mixing his leg lift so he can go slide step, which is super quick. Or on that last pitch, he lifted it all the way up.
Mickey Gasper now the catcher as Abraham Toro takes a changeup down and in ball 1. Little different actions, different deliveries could keep hitters off balance.
Definitely. Hitting is timing, and if you can mess with that as a pitcher, you're going to have a lot of success.
1-0 the pitch. Strike on the inside corner. Crowd is thinned out in some of the real hot spots here. The bleachers in right, fewer fans. Same with the lawns in right and left. Although this is a day, if you want a home run ball, it's a really good idea to be on that grassy knoll in left as a changeup swung on and missed. It's 1-2.
Yeah, that changeup is very good at 91 miles an hour. It looks like a fastball, so it gets about to the dirt in front of the plate, and then it just dive bombs straight down.
2 down, top 8. The 1-2 to Toro. There's a looping base hit. Abraham knocks one into the outfield. So he's aboard, and that's a really good thing for the Red Sox because now here comes Marcelo Meyer. I mean, it's fun to watch Meyer anytime, but to get a matchup like this against one of the premium relievers, I guarantee you this is very good news for the Red Sox front office.
Yeah, it's good to see him compete against high-level arms, right? It's really get a good feel for where he's at in his development.
1 on, 2 out. Smooth as ever in the box. Two-tone red and gray bat bouncing up and down on his back left shoulder. The pitch is taken for a strike, a sweeper. That looked to be a little outside, but the Red Sox do not have challenges left.
Backdoor sweeper there. It was close. Came back, got close to the corner.
This is Marcelo's 13th game. He's 9 for 24 with a homer. Throw to first and diving back in is Toro.
That's a 375 average for you mathematicians out there.
And beyond the numbers, Will, he's just looked the part.
He looks like a big leaguer. Every part. Running the bases defensively, obviously, he's a wizard. But at the plate, he's very calm.
0-1, the pitch. He could not stop his swing there. Again, part of the learning process. Great curveball, 0-2.
And this is where a very good big league reliever knows what he's doing. He's got a young kid up there. Marcelo Meyer knows his best pitch is his changeup to lefties. What has he done? Backdoor sweeper, backed up by a curveball. Hasn't even shown him his best pitch yet.
He might do it here. 0-2. Toro leads at first. The pitch. Swing and a miss. There it was. The changeup, and the inning is over. Life in the big leagues.
Welcome.
That was pretty awesome from Griffin Jacks. We go to the bottom of the 8th. 6-3 Red Sox. On the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Breaking news, in Dorchester, Paul and Judy purchased whole life insurance policies thanks to their Mass Mutual financial professional.
Wow, what a play, Tom. Can't beat those living benefits.
And in Melrose, Kelly applied for disability income insurance.
Now that's planning for the future.
Insurance, planning, investments. We're here for life's major plays, on or off the field. Mass Mutual, official partner of the Red Sox. Learn more at massmutual.com/Red Sox. Securities and advisory services offered through MML Investor Services, LLC. Member SIPC and a Mass Mutual subsidiary.
Meanwhile, at Xfinity. So, influencer life going well?
Oh, yeah. I'm up to 32 followers.
Oh, that's something.
Yeah. Posting my tap dancing videos is easier than ever because we engineered Xfinity Internet with 99.99% network reliability.
Plus, Xfinity Mobile with Wi-Fi Power Boost gives you ultra-fast Wi-Fi at home and on the go. But wait, tap dancing? You don't tap dance.
Hey, what I lack in skill, I make up with passion.
Do more of what you love and love how fast you do it with Xfinity Internet and mobile. Now through April 17th, get 300 megabit Xfinity Internet and one unlimited mobile line together for $30 a month for 1 year and save $1,000 in your first year over Verizon and AT&T. Learn more at Xfinity.com. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. After promo, regular rates apply. Savings compared to Verizon 5G Internet plus one unlimited welcome line and AT&T Internet 300 plus one unlimited starter SL line. Xfinity Internet required. Actual speeds vary. Reduced speeds after 30 gigabits of usage per line. Data thresholds and actual savings vary.
Technogel, the most innovative mattress, is now exclusively at Cardi's Furniture and Mattresses.
Stay cool and comfortable with advanced cooling gel, keeping you at the perfect temperature.
And now Technogel comes in a split head king. Cardi's Furniture and Mattresses.
You're listening to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
To the bottom of the 8th we go. Pitching change for the Red Sox. Zach Bryant is on the mound as he misses wildly inside with a sinking fastball. He's got a little Craig Kimbrell start to his look on the mound, but that was way up and in to Nick Lucky.
Yeah, he has that crouch down, arm hanging. He's missing the chicken wing, or the violin player, I guess.
Here's the fastball again, way high and outside, 2-0. What a wild career ride it's been for Craig Kimbrell. One time, truly one of the most dominant relievers in the game, including with the Red Sox as a swing and a miss. Lucky, but by the end of his time, sort of taken out of the postseason bullpen rotation, went to the Orioles, struggled so much there. The 2-1 is strike on the inside corner.
You know, what made Craig Kimbrell so good for so many years was his ability to throw that four-seam fastball that has, we'll say, rise at the top of the zone. And he was doing that before the rest of the league figured out that's what they wanted to do.
2-2 is a chopper on the first base side. Sogard's over there, steps on the bag, one away.
You know, I obviously played against him a good amount in my career, but I also played with him in San Diego in 2015. And another guy that's a great teammate, works his butt off, really does. And in 2015, he still had really, really good stuff. It was obviously before he made it over to Boston to do what he did here, but such a special player that, like I said, was ahead of the curve when it came to that four-seam, high-spin, low-release fastball.
Mickey Gasper, our old buddy, is in there with one down. He takes a strike on the inside corner. And then in the next few years, hitters started figuring out launch angle was so important. Yes. And then the four-seam fastball up was victimized by that.
Of course.
A 1 is a little bit high and outside. A cutter, and it's 1-1.
And as a hitter, when you see around the league just about every pitcher trying to pitch that way, it becomes the new normal. And it's just not going to surprise you anymore.
And in some ways, launch angle put an early end to Rick Porcello's career as a fastball is up and away. That sinker was so dominant, but then everybody became a great low ball hitter.
That's it. Everyone wanted to almost scoop the ball out, and that low down and in path for a right-handed batter, that down and in sinker was just a hot zone.
2-1. Way high and inside. Been some big misses here from Bryant. And it is 3-1. Nightmare kind of day for the Minnesota Twins. They lost Royce Lewis to a hamstring injury. Obviously, it'll take some time to understand the severity of that. 3-1 the pitch. Outside, Mickey Gasper draws a 1-out walk.
Still looking for that big league hit.
I'm sure you did some of those games. It got uncomfortable at the end when he had almost 20 at-bats, and every
when
time
his
at
parents
Fenway,
were still
mom
there.
and dad are on the cameras.
Oh, I felt terrible because he's such a good kid. And he got put into, he hit some balls hard too, probably 7 or 8 lineouts there at Fenway.
Tanner Scoble, the batter, right-hander, takes a strike on the outside corner.
Many of his at-bats, he would be coming off the bench in the 7th, 8th, 9th inning, facing a flamethrower and just not having a big chance.
Not easy at all.
Was it 0 for 11? Was it bigger than that? I don't remember.
And Alex so desperately wanted to get him that hit as Scoble takes way high and outside. Throw behind from Narvaez. He can really throw it, but a little delayed there, and it's 1-1. Zach Bryant made it to Portland last year. He's 26 years old. In 19, 15th round pick of the Chicago Cubs. Pitch is a strike on the outside corner, a cutter, and it's 1-2. Especially once the season kind of got away from the Red Sox, Alex just kept starting Gasper and giving him pinch hit opportunities, but it just did not work out. We will be hoping that this is the year he can get his first big league hit. The 1-2 is fouled off. 6-3 Red Sox in the bottom of the 8th.
Good hands in the crowd today. That's 2 or 3 nice plays.
Anybody who's not been to spring training needs to make some plans. Yeah. It's so much fun. Great access to the players. 1-2.
Yeah, that's
a
what
little bit
I was gonna
outside.
say. It's great for the kids because they can get up close and personal. So many players are more willing to stay around and sign and hang out with the kids because it's not as serious as a regular season game. So many starters not playing, so they have more time to hang out with the kids. And you're up close, and for families, it's friendly because of the pricing as well.
2 balls, 2 strikes. And way up and in. Bryant does not have a whole lot of an idea where it's going here today. And the count is full. I think especially early in spring training, that is absolutely true, where guys just cruise in. They're starting to work on things. They're leaving games earlier. I do think in the next 6, 7, 10 days, things get much, much more serious. Here's the 3-2 and a liner down the left field line that's down for a hit. Scoble rounds first. He's into second. Runner will be held at third. It's a double for the Twins, and they've got him at second and third and 1 out. Now, that's not to say that the Bregmans and Stories of the world aren't going to hang out and sign autographs still, but it is almost into that period where it really is more like showtime.
Totally. These guys start to lock in more. Their focus is totally on really throwing it in that last gear this last week or so of camp.
Here's Nate Baez. Twins fan base is a little restless right now. A couple years ago, the all-time wins record in the modern era for them made the playoffs and then sort of lost pieces, including Sonny Gray and others, as Baez takes a pitch way outside for ball 1. They lost a lot of TV revenue. They have not made additions in off seasons or at trade deadlines.
Yeah, they haven't. They haven't been in the ALCS since 2002 now.
Payroll way down as a ground ball up the middle into center field. That's a base hit. It's going to score a couple. Baez plates 2 for the Twins, and it's 6-5. So it's not gone all that well right now for Bryant. Won the AL Central 2 seasons ago, did the Twins. 87 and 75. Felt like everything was going in the right direction. And it really is sort of pulling the carpet out from underneath your fan base when you have a club that's got young talent, wins the division, and not only do you not add, you subtract. Kyle Hess is the batter. Takes a pitch from the left side down and in, ball 1.
And you got to love guys like Rocco Baldelli. All right, just one of the really good managers, really good guys in this game. And he's just had such bad luck with losing star players, and it's really cost them a lot of games.
Woonsocket Rocket. Here's a swing and a miss at a fastball from Bryant. 1 ball, 1 strike. Of course, the Twins of the early 90s and then into the early 2000s, they were loaded up Whether it was the Kirby Puckett years or then the Torrey Hunter years, they were one of the real feared teams in the league. The 1-1 is strike on the outside corner. They couldn't get past the New York Yankees in the playoffs, but in the early 90s, they were absolutely rolling.
Not many people could get past the Yankees and the Braves of the 90s. Just powerhouses. You're naming the Twins. You can't forget David Arias, also known as David Ortiz.
He got a little bit better known when he came over to the Red Sox. Truly one of the moves that altered the course of modern baseball when the Twins decided they'd had enough of Big Papi.
And Pedro trying to get, and not trying, but did get the attention of the front office.
Hold it off, 1-2 line drive into right field. That's a base hit. I mean, the two of them were in the Dominican at a restaurant, and David had just gotten the news saying, I've been released by the Twins, and Pedro said, just stand tight. I'm going to get on the phone.
I got a guy. we need a Big Papi.
He did, because Pedro remembered an at-bat that Ortiz did something to one of his cutters that no hitters did, from the left side especially, and he said, that's a player we need.
And boy, did it work out.
I love the footage of that spring training when Ortiz came over to the Sox. He was not a guarantee at all to be a regular player. In fact, early in the season, he wasn't. I mean, he pinch hit here and there, but did not get many looks from that group. And in fact, not only did Pedro lobby for and convince the Red Sox to sign Ortiz, there are stories that he made a real threat to get him in the lineup. Here's a ground ball to the right side. Grissom goes to a knee, throws to second for one. Myers relay to first, not in time. It was bang, bang over at first. Took a little extra time for Grissom to get that to the second base bag.
Yeah, he stayed back to get himself that big hop and able to turn that play. You'd really have to test it, come get that in between hop, charge it a couple steps, and then kind of backhand push that to shortstop to make the turn, but waited back on it and it cost him an out.
Alex Cora is going to make a pitching change here. Anyway, apparently late May, early June, Pedro basically said to the Red Sox, I'm not pitching if you don't play Ortiz every day. That's power, and it worked.
Well, when you're Pedro in the early 2000s, I mean, 99 Pedro, was it 2000 Pedro, 01 Pedro?
One of the greatest runs in the history of the game. Pitching change here in Fort Myers as Shabuzi echoes through the ballpark here. Let's see if we can get Brooksy another shot of whiskey when we come back. 2 down in the 8th, 6-5. Red Sox lead the Twins in the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. Your car, running or not, could be picked up as soon as the next day. No title, no problem. Go to carsforkids.org today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Baseball is back and the team is stacked. Money was spent, players were at it, and from what we can see, everything looks perfect. Aha! But what about what we can't see? It's just like your drains and pipes. The ugly, nasty, sometimes stinky truth is often the one you don't see at first. Drains by James is your expert residential and commercial drain and pipelining service. We'll find it, clean it, and get it back to new. Available 24/7. Drains by James. We give a poop about your pipes.
And last year, too, it was like, confidence in my raw ability, but how the season was going to play, I wasn't really sure. Now I feel like I've just got a truer level of confidence where it's not really affected by day-to-day stuff as much of it's just, I know that if I'm just going out there and doing my job, I have the chance to be pretty good.
That was Garrett Crochet, who probably like Shabuzi said, one, here comes the 2 to the 3 to the 4. He had more than 4 strikeouts here this afternoon. He was fantastic, and I love that he feels so much more confident and comfortable going into this season.
Who would not be confident with that stuff that we saw today? Really, that we've seen all of camp so far. But he's always known he's had a good fastball, but part of being a starting pitcher is developing other pitches, and that cutter, we saw the changeup a little bit. It's going to go a long way for him.
Here's Kyler Fedko, right-handed hitter, who fouls it off his front feet for strike 1. 6-5 the score. When the starters were in there, Crochet, Lopez, and all the everyday players for the Sox, they sort of had total control of this game. Cedon Rafaela hit a home run, so did Connor Wong. Yoshida looked good at the plate. Bregman made a brilliant defensive play behind third. 0-1. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Man, he did not get cheated there. Kyler Fedko, 95 from Brendan Salucci, and it's 0-2.
Salucci, the pride of Tulane, the Green Wave. That was gas right there. My mom went to Tulane. I had to give him a shout out.
So did mine. That's crazy. Here's the 0-2 pitch. We need to build some bunk beds, more room for activities. Sliders swung on and missed. The inning is over. Nice job by the Tulane man. We go to the ninth inning, 6-5. Red Sox lead the Twins in the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
A great lawn is like a great sports team. It takes expertise and a little extra care to really stand out. That's where True Green comes in. They're the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour, so they know a thing or two about keeping grass looking like a fairway. Here's the best part. It's more affordable than you think, and they'll even match any competitor's price. Plus, True Green backs it all up with a satisfaction guarantee. Not happy? They'll come back between visits to make it right. Don't wait. Head to TrueGreen.com today. Let the pros do the work while you sit back and enjoy the results.
Get in the zone, AutoZone. Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? This week only, all Pro Elite wash items and accessories are buy one, get one half off. That's car wash, tire cleaner, leather cleaner. All buy one, get one half off. Sponges and towels, we've got duo weave, waffle weave, whatever weave you want. Accessories too. Pro Elite floor mats, car covers, and more. Any Pro Elite item, buy one, get one half off. This week only at AutoZone. Get in the zone, AutoZone. Restrictions apply.
There's a lot to love about. There's a lot to love about you.
Don't miss the Subaru of New England, a lot to love event. Love all the trusted 2025 Subaru Forester has to offer, like symmetrical all-wheel drive. Buy with 3.9% financing for up to 48 months, or lease for just $319 per month. Details at SubaruofNewEngland.com.
Get St. Patrick's savings today at Shaws and Star Market. Signature Select corned beef point cut is just $1.27 a pound, and green cabbage is 17 cents a pound when you use a digital coupon. Both limit 2 while supplies last. Shaws and Star Market, perfecting the art of fresh.
You're listening to Red Sox Spring Training Baseball on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Nate Eaton is going to lead it off as we go to the top of the ninth inning. Been a lot of beautiful things going on in this ball game. We were talking about Benson Boone coming off the bottom of that eighth inning. Things getting a little fun in the booth here as we close down this one. 6-5 Red Sox. Nate Eaton, who's looked really good in camp, takes a strike on the outside corner. Nate has hit some home runs. He's shown a big arm in the outfield.
By the way, the Boston Red Sox have to have the most jacked team. You walk down there, this whole camp, no one has sleeves on. Everyone's yoked out of their minds.
And they could pull off a light blue pleather jumpsuit, I think, all of them. And ball one strike to Eaton. That's a point of emphasis for Alex Cora, especially the last few years. He wanted to get bigger and stronger. The 1-1 is a strike on the outside corner.
You got to have a team that can fight, right? Nobody wants to fight that team.
He was funny. He was talking about Tyler Austin and Joe Kelly when they got into it, about they'd look over to the other side and there's Chapman and Betances and Judge and Stanton.
You're like, what? How do we combat that?
1-2 to Eaton, fouled off. Not the case this year. You're in the opposing dugout. I don't think you're as likely to scrap with these Red Sox.
Oh, the Giolitos, the Crochets, there's some more size in there. Those aren't the guys I want fighting.
No.
But you guys stay in the dugout. Stay safe.
Alex Spees is the batter in the dirt. One of the cool things about this Red Sox team is that the couple of times the last few years that's happened, for whatever reason, dugouts, bullpens clear, the guy who leads the charge a lot of times is still Jason Varitek.
Well, yeah. There's a history there.
And he can move a pile. The 2-2 is outside. A cut fastball from Spees. And the count is full to Nate Eaton.
There's just some guys in this game that are just full of grease, you know, and it's him, it's the Johnny Gomes, it's the guys that are always in the middle of it and looking for that fight. They love it.
3-2, leading off the top of the ninth, the pitch. Swing and a miss. That was a big rip at a 94-mile-an-hour fastball, one away. You know, one of the reasons the Red Sox have not had as many scraps with opponents in the last few years is it tends to happen in huge games with bitter rivals.
True. Very true. And it's the guys you see the most that you dislike the most. Also, MLB loves to slap $25,000 fines on guys if you throw a punch. That's expensive when you have a younger team. Maybe not this year.
Here's Rob Refsnyder, who takes a pitch. Did that hit the nub of his bat? I don't know. Something weird happened there when it came through the zone. On the board, they got it as a ball, but time was called. I don't know whether he offered it that.
It might even bounce. We have a weird angle here to see that off to the side, kind of high for a spring training complex.
Seagulls and crows flying on by as Refsnyder takes a 99-mile-an-hour fastball outside.
Fastball anywhere from 93 to 99 we've seen this inning, some speeds.
And it looks like the same shape, so it's not like he's mixing a couple in there as Refsnyder takes a huge rip at a 94-mile-an-hour cutter. And I guess it's 2-1.
Hard to game plan for that.
Doesn't that tell you that even he is not that precise in what he's bringing?
I think maybe the other 94s that showed up as fastballs were probably the cutter.
1-2. Is a little bit outside. I think that's right. The first pitch had to hit his bat.
Yeah, it had to have.
That one 98, and it's 2-2. Vaughn Grissom is out on deck. Pitch to Refsnyder, way to the backstop. And it's 3-2. Red Sox tomorrow will be at home. Or actually on the road at the Atlanta Braves, right?
Split squad. And we'll have Baltimore at home.
And Spencer Strider is going to pitch against the Red Sox in Northport.
Once again, another challenge for some of these guys. Most of the starters are going to play in the home game.
His first start in almost a full year for Strider. 3-2. Nice swing from Refsnyder. Man, he went down and got that cut fastball, looped it into right field for a base hit.
You know, we talk about Rob Refsnyder all the time and how just the professional he is, but on the field, off the field, but his at-bats are always so good. Even in these games, late in a spring training game, that means absolutely nothing. He's grinding out an at-bat here and finds a way to get on base.
So here's Vaughn Grissom, who's sort of in the crosshairs of a roster crunch that's coming apparently on Tuesday. The Red Sox are going to make a big wave of moves.
It feels like he's out of the mix, right? It just feels that way.
Well, he saw a lot of time early and just didn't hit enough as he takes a cut fastball for strike one on the outside corner. You know, Rob Refsnyder is so much like Xander Bogaerts in one really important way, not just the professionalism and the pride in his work. The 0-1 pitch is a chopper toward third, softly hit. They go to second for one, relay to first. Not in time. The foot came off the bag over there at first. They had Grissom beaten, but first baseman could not keep his foot on the bag, so the inning continues. And what I mean about Refsnyder there is with 2 strikes, he becomes such a professional, dialed-in hitter. He's just not intimidated by 2-strike counts.
He's not scared to choke down the bat and shorten his swing, and he's not afraid to use the entire field and foul off tough pitches, and just it turns into it with 2 strikes turns into a fight. Just has to put the ball in play.
So here's Nathan Hickey, left-hander. He, what do you know, loses his helmet on a swing. It's 0-1.
Every swing and miss.
But wouldn't that drive you crazy as a hitter?
At some point, you realize what means more is the flow. He loves the flow. It's going nowhere.
0-1. Pitch. Here's a liner into right field. It is sinking down, and it's in there for a hit. Grissom moves up to second. Helmet stays on for Hickey. And the Red Sox have a couple men on with 2 down in the top of the ninth.
Hickey's put together a pretty good spring as well, and it's tough to be the guy that's always backing up. And there's a group of those players here, the young guys that know they're going to be in AAA, even some of them AA who are in camp as depth options. And it's so tough to sit around for 5 or 6 innings and then come in and face 98, 99. But he puts together a lot of good at-bats, helmet or not.
This is the time of spring training where the Red Sox will line up their pitchers to get them in line for the way the season opens. So Houck will pitch tomorrow at home against the Orioles. Shane Drohan will be up in Northport in that split squad game. And that means that the following day, the Red Sox not yet announced their starting pitcher. I mean, Buehler would be in line to do that as Carlos Narvaez takes a fastball for strike one. He pitched on Thursday, did Walker. Sort of an inter-squad game. Looked awesome. See whether they make that official and have Buehler start at home on Wednesday against the Marlins. Here's a high fly from Narvaez. It'll stay in the ballpark. Caught out there in center. And the inning is over. Red Sox strand a pair to the bottom of the ninth we go. 6-5 Sox in the Shaws and Star Market. WEEI, Red Sox Radio Network.
In the season of spring, rediscovering, cleaning, finding things you forgot about? Look at this, your old membership card from the video rental store. I bet you got some points on that you never cashed in. How about finding money that's owed to you at findmassmoney.gov? 1 out of every 10 people have unclaimed property. If you file a claim online, you can print the claim form from your inbox. See if you're on the list of money owed to you at findmassmoney.gov. That's findmassmoney.gov. It's fast, easy, and free. Celebrate St. Patrick's Day at the 99 Restaurant this Sunday and Monday. Enjoy the traditional corned beef and cabbage dinner. Or try the corned beef Reuben with a Lucky Horseshoe Ale. You gotta love the nines.
Coleman!
It's electric!
Need an electrician? Call Coleman Electric. I know you think you already have one, but what you really have is an electrician's phone number. You call, get voicemail, and pray like the dickens he calls you back. Hi, Larry Electric. Call you back tomorrow, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, electricians love their job, but they hate answering the phone. So Coleman Electric came up with this idea. Coleman would have a ton of experienced electricians on staff and then hire a bunch of other folks to answer the phone. I mean, it's stinking brilliant. It's
electric!
Yeah, it's Coleman Electric. From Boston to Bow, New Hampshire, south to Sandwich, west to Worcester, when you need an electrician at your house, call Coleman Electric and schedule service with a live human being. Disclaimer, don't call at 3 a.m. because our humans do sleep. But Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, you call and we'll be at your place in the flick of a switch. And if the switch is broken, they'll be there quicker. Coleman Electric, Kuhlman. Electricians who answer the phone. I mean, it's brilliant.
It's electric!
You're listening to Red Sox Spring Training Baseball
on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Brendan Cellucci will continue in the game for the Red Sox. They get the last 3 outs. Jair Camargo to face him. 6-5 Boston. Sox got homers from Connor Wong and Cedon Rafaela. Dominant start from Garrett Crochet. Hear a little bit more from him in a moment as Camargo digs in. Pitch to him. Popped up on the right side. It'll stay in fair territory. The Red Sox right fielder Trace Thompson makes a brilliant diving catch as the wind took that for a ride.
Wow. You watch that ball go up, Willie, and you know it's going to blow back, but you don't think it's going to blow back that far. Because you watch the defenders kind of stay in place because they know it's coming back, and then it goes even more. The wind is really picked up and blowing straight to left as it was when we started this ball game.
More impressive stuff from Trace Thompson.
Isn't it amazing? You make that play and you're like, what a great play. But if you miss it, you're like, what are you doing?
There's no in between. Of spring training. Here's Miguel Briseño, right-handed hitter. He's in there to take strike one. So this is obviously the Twins' backups. But they had pretty much their starting lineup for opening day in there today against Crochet. Garrett talked about that. 0-1. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Here's what Crochet had to say against facing the Twins starters.
Especially because I saw him 3 times last year. I've seen him my whole career. But at the same time, it's like regardless of who's out there, it's I'm focusing internally. Like I said, when it comes to execution and controlling the strike zone, that's kind of the boxes that I'm trying to check.
Well, he checked them all as Cellucci fans Briseño, and the Red Sox are now away from a spring win.
Yeah, Willie, so when your stuff is as good as Garrett Crochet's, you can focus internally. And it doesn't matter who's in the batter's box because you know if you execute your pitch, no one on God's green earth has a chance.
Well, they didn't have much of a chance here today. All right, here's Nick Lucky, the last hope for the Twins. The pitch from Cellucci, just outside. I mean, to me, yeah, the 7 strikeouts were great. Crochet was efficient by and large, in control on them. And I thought the Buxton at-bat was the one that sticks with you here today. He took some awful-looking swings. 1-0 is just outside, ball 2.
Yeah, that's a good point. Seeing good hitters look that uncomfortable, and this isn't the first week of camp, right? We're a week away from getting out of here.
2-0, 2 down, bottom 9, 6-5 Red Sox. Here it is. Fouled just over your head. Did you always believe in the idea that early in camp the pitchers were ahead?
Oh, yeah. Really, until really about now. When you have about a week left, a week to 10 days left is when the hitters start to catch back up. But the pitchers throw these bullpens, and then their arms are ready. The stuff is there.
2-1. Swing and a miss. Red Sox a strike away.
But
whereas timing for a hitter takes a lot of
They tell you
reps.
30 to 40 at bats, some guys more. And that takes time. Doing it on the backfield doesn't count. You need these game at bats.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Salucci throws just outside, which is what makes what Alex Bregman is doing so impressive.
Absolutely. He's been good from start one, but that's just where experience can really show up.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down in the ninth. Base is empty, 6-5 Red Sox. Here's the pitch. And that is strike 3 called. Ball game over. A dominant start from Garrett Crochet. Homers from Wong and Rafaela. Very happy Sunday here in the Grapefruit League. We'll be back with some final thoughts. 6-5 Red Sox win it on the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
With all the money you can save on gas when you use the Club Citgo Rewards app, you're good to go. But good to go where? Good to go fly first class?
Hot towel.
Cool. Good to go to the opera. Good to sit ringside at a boxing match. Good to go salsa dancing? Tap dancing? Or polka dancing? Download Citgo's money-saving Club Citgo app today. The easiest way to save money on fuel. Now you're good to go.
When you're headed to Fenway this season, take everyone out to the ball game in a Ford SUV. Your New England Ford dealers have an award-winning lineup of SUVs, including the Bronco Sport, with its iconic styling and standard 4x4 capability, and the Explorer, with seating for up to 7. Check out all the great Ford SUV offers at buyfordnow.com. Your New England Ford dealers are proud to be an official sponsor of your Boston Red Sox.
Just in time for your St. Patrick's Day celebrations, corned beef and green cabbage are on sale at Shaws and Star Market. Pick up Signature Select Corned Beef Point Cut for just $1.27 a pound and green cabbage for 17 cents a pound when you use a digital coupon. Both limit 2 while supplies last. When you shop with the Shaws app, you get amazing deals and earn points on every purchase. Short on time? Order free curbside pickup or get delivery. Don't miss the 4-day St. Patrick's sale. Ends Monday. Shaws and Star Market, perfecting the art of fresh.
Technogel, the most innovative mattress, is now exclusively at Cardi's Furniture and Mattresses.
Stay cool and comfortable with advanced cooling gel, keeping you at the perfect temperature.
And now Technogel comes in a split head king. Cardi's Furniture and Mattresses.
You're listening to Red Sox Spring Training Baseball on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Now, so much good again today for the Red Sox. They beat the Minnesota Twins 6-5. Garrett Crochet, definitely the headliner here today. Wong, Rafaela, and Rob Refsnyder hit homers. But, Will, it is so hard to not be overly excited about the guy that yesterday Alex Cora named as the opening day starter.
He's as advertised, Willie. I mean, I keep finding myself getting more and more and more excited as we inch towards opening day, whether it is Crochet and him, this Boston Red Sox team finally having that ace and exactly that pig, whatever you want to call him. But the offense is going to score runs, and not only the home runs today, but Trevor Story and other guys stayed on Rafaela with 2 strikes, making big adjustments. We've been waiting to see. There's just so many good to take away from today.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Salucci looked impressive at the back end. So tomorrow the Red Sox will have a split squad. Tanner Houck will pitch at home against the Baltimore Orioles. And this is the residual effect of Garrett Crochet coming over, because then the next day you get the guy who was the Red Sox ace a year ago and a totally different look, a right-hander from that 3/4 slot.
The domino effect, I guess we could say. Yeah, and Tanner hasn't exactly thrown the ball great this spring, so you're kind of waiting for that one really good start, and you go, okay, now he's ready, and you're hoping that's tomorrow.
He's had some weird springs in years past, and usually when the bright lights turn on, things get very fun for him. Lastly, Will, this is an uncomfortable 48 hours for, I think, what was a really crowded first base dugout again. Roster cuts are coming. Probably after tomorrow's game, the Red Sox will make it official about who goes where and what's happening. I thought David Hamilton at second base today helped himself. I mean, he did strike out a couple of times, but just defensively, which for this club, with all that's going on with Devers moving off of third base, Bregman's going to play there. Campbell has not yet looked that good defensively at second. Right. I think it's important that Hamilton did today.
I agree, and I think with if you're looking at those three guys, I think the floor is much higher with Hamilton because of his speed, his ability to change the game on the base paths and get on base and drop bunts down. But the defensive ability has taken a step forward. The double play turn from Bregman today really stood out to me. He does look comfortable at second base, but staying on the bag and being able to turn that double play clean, how many times last year did that not happen?
It's such a good point. The floor is higher, but everybody does think the ceiling for Christian Campbell is just through the roof. So.
Exactly.
We shall see. Doug Lane did a great job, as always, here in the booth. He did miss the line of the night, but we'll forgive him for that. Meanwhile, Zach Coe is back at the flagship WEEI, and Alvaro Hernandez, as ever, wonderful, getting us all the stats and names and changes here today. Thanks so much for spending your Sunday afternoon with us. You got TV tomorrow, Will?
I will. Yeah, I got to shave. I got to go on the screen tomorrow.
That was fun. Join Will on Nesson, and we'll have the radio broadcast tomorrow, beginning pregame coverage 1 o'clock from JetBlue, Sox and O's on the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
You've been listening to Red Sox Spring Training on the WEEI Shaws Star Market Red Sox Network.
This has been a presentation of Odyssey Sports. For even more coverage of your team, download the free Odyssey app and listen to your favorite stations, shows, and podcasts.
This Odyssey Sports broadcast has been brought to you by Geico. Switch and save. Get more with Geico.
Broadcasting from the WEEI studios. Powered by Verizon. 93.7 WEEI FM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston. An Odyssey Sports station. This is Dan Ball on WEEI.
Probably like Shabuzi said, 1, here comes the 2 to the 3 to the 4.
My baby born a Birkin.
Here's my conclusion, and I shouldn't be reaching conclusions at 3:54 when I'm with you up until 6 o'clock. Everybody who tuned into the WEEI Red Sox Radio Network broadcast this afternoon is a winner, not just because you heard the Boston Red Sox defeat the Minnesota Twins 6-5 in spring training action, not just because you heard Garrett Crochet answer the news that he would be the opening day starter for the Boston Red Sox by absolutely shoving once again, because you heard that line from the always entertaining Will Fleming. David, can you re-rack that real quick? Can you run that back just for one moment? I want to make sure everybody heard that. So that
probably like Shabuzi said, 1, here comes the 2 to the 3 to the 4.
It may be spring training. It may be the middle of March, and we may still have a couple of weeks before opening day for the Boston Red Sox. 10 days, 2 weeks, however you want to quantify it. Will Fleming is in mid-season form with a line like that, and it punctuated a Red Sox victory on a Sunday. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome. We're here on WEEI. Dan Ball with you. I got my man David Azer riding shotgun behind the glass. David, good afternoon. How are you, my friend?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. I know you celebrated your St. Patrick's Day accordingly in this area, so I appreciate you being able to make it out and do this show this afternoon. But we're with you up until 6 o'clock, reacting to a Boston Red Sox victory and a slew of news. I could not get that word out for the life of me, but a ton of news that came out about the Red Sox. We know now the first 3 starters for the Boston Red Sox for games 1, 2, and 3. Opening day, Garrett Crochet, no real surprise there. And it's so refreshing. So the news comes out yesterday that Crochet is going to be the opening day starter for the Boston Red Sox. You see that come across your timeline. Alex Cora announces it. And the first thing that I see is the graphic that the Red Sox put out that Crochet is going to start opening day, and the 2023 opening day starter announcement For all that remember, 2 seasons ago, the opening day starter for the Red Sox was, that's right, Corey Kluber, who finished with an ERA in, I think, 15 games, over 7 for the Red Sox that year. So that was the perfect encapsulation for me for just how far we as a fan base have come over the last 2 years, what this opening day looks like versus what it looked like 2 years ago. But reacting to the Red Sox, and we want to hear from you at 617-779-7937. That is the phone number. What'd you take away from today's Red Sox win, and what have you been following in what has been a very eventful spring training for the Red Sox? And the topic of conversation has shifted numerous times during the spring, and we'll hit on all of those as it's gone from who's playing third base to who is starting opening day to who is going to start games 4 and 5 as more injuries continue to pile up, and a number of different Red Sox starters won't be available come opening day. So you can join us on the line to react to the Red Sox at 617-779-7937. You can also text at that number. Would like to say hello to those joining us on our affiliates on the WEEI Sports Radio Network out in Cape Cod, Providence, Rhode Island, Worcester, Massachusetts, Portland, Maine, as well as Keene, New Hampshire, Claremont, New Hampshire, White River Junction, Vermont, and a special hello to the folks out in my neck of the woods out on 105.5 WWEI FM out in Springfield, Massachusetts. That was my affiliate when I was growing up listening to EEI, so a special hello out to you guys. You all can join the conversation as well. Same number, 617-779-7937. Taking you up until 6 o'clock this evening when we'll bring you a broadcast of Selection Sunday, as it's been conference tournaments all week long leading into tournament championships on Saturday into Sunday. We have a couple that are going on right now. Florida won the SEC earlier this afternoon, taking down Tennessee. Right now, Wisconsin leads Michigan in the Big Ten tournament final, and then UAB is up a point on Memphis in the American Athletic Conference Championship, AAC, whatever you want to call it. So those 3 are going on right now. Those are the final tournaments that are happening here on this Sunday. Selection Sunday at 6. So your entire bracket, your bracketology will be filled out after the end of our program here this afternoon here on WEEI. So stay tuned for that after, and then we'll have a full breakdown coming up on Monday, full slate of shows coming your way, beginning with the Greg Hill Show at 6 a.m. on Monday. Okay, Red Sox thoughts, beginning with the rotation, and Garrett Crochet, who, once again, lives up to the nickname that he was given before he was even a member of the Boston Red Sox by Lou Merlone. That guy is a pig. Today, 4 innings, 2 hits, and 1 run, given up 1 walk and 7 strikeouts. His spring training ERA is now ballooned after giving up a run this afternoon to a shocking 0.87. The stuff just looks electric right now. It's a bit unfair that he's able to pair a 101 mile an hour fastball with the kind of breaking stuff that he has, does Garrett Crochet. And it's kind of an interesting juxtaposition that Red Sox fans were given this weekend when it comes to Crochet. Because yesterday, we saw Chris Sale on the mound for the Atlanta Braves, which is always just a little tough to stomach. It's forever, however long Chris Sale continues to pitch. And, I mean, for years and years, you thought he was on the way down. And then last year, he turned in the kind of Cy Young performance that he did. Sub-3 ERA, just looking like 2018 Chris Sale again for the Atlanta Braves. Then you see him on the mound in 2025 on the other side against the Red Sox. And it's just, as much as I personally don't hold any ill will against him, he was one of the most unlucky pitchers I've ever seen during the last few years of basically as soon as he signed that contract extension, it seemed like he signed his death wish with the Red Sox. But some of it was unlucky because he got hit with a comebacker on the hand. That was part of it.
Yep.
The weird injury where he fell when he was biking, trying to ride to BC to go work out, whatever it was. Just a number of different things where you shake your head and go, are you bleeping kidding me? This is what we have to deal with, and that's why Corey Kluber was the opening day starter in 2023. But I promise I won't bring that up again, because we saw the lefty that was supposed to be the ace, the savior, the guy that came to anchor the rotation for the Red Sox yesterday, and then you see the newfound ace and the fellow former White Sox southpaw in Garrett Crochet today. Now, I still reserve judgment on what this rotation is going to be over a full season, because I do think you still have a lot of unknowns. And that's something that you have to account for as a fan, because Crochet did it last year as a starter for the first time. And it's also prudent to remember that after he wasn't moved at the deadline of the 2024 season by the White Sox, it was essentially, we're going to get him through anywhere between 3 to 5 innings, and then we're pulling him. There was a serious innings restriction on him the last few months. So we really don't have one full season, 30, 31, 32 starts, anywhere near 200 innings for Garrett Crochet. And we don't really have a full season. And there's some caveats to the term full for Tanner Houck either, because he did record 30 starts last year, and that was touted by the Red Sox as this is, he's here. The second coming has arrived. But during the back half of the season, after the All-Star break, as August became September, there was some wear and tear, as there's supposed to be for a guy who has never racked up those kind of inning totals. And you saw it with Houck, you saw it with Cutter Crawford for sure. Boy, oh boy, the ball was jumping out of the ballpark the last couple of months for Cutter. But you have to temper expectations a bit. All the stuff is there for Garrett Crochet. All the stuff is there for Tanner Houck to be, I would say, relatively dominant forces in the next few years, health notwithstanding, for the Red Sox at the top of their rotation. And those are the first two that will get a crack at it for the Red Sox when opening day comes around. Crochet, followed by Houck. Then, batting third in your starting rotation, the only remaining healthy starting pitcher that you have. Remember when in January and February we were having all these conversations about, wow, are the Red Sox really going to try a 6-man rotation? Look at all of these riches that are floating around the Red Sox. They're going to have to make a decision. Is Cutter Crawford in the bullpen? Is Lucas Giolito worthy of a spot? Are they going to go with a 6-man rotation with Bayo, with Giolito, and with Cutter Crawford in some order in your 4, 5, and 6? Well, that decision was promptly taken out of Alex Cora's hands. And now we're having a conversation about not one depth starter for the Red Sox being pressed into action come opening day. Now we're talking about 2, because there is uncertainty around Crawford, around Giolito, and around Bayo on what their availability is going to be come opening day. And, reports vary. Looks like Giolito's going to start the year on the injured list. I don't know when we're going to see Cutter Crawford. I know he's starting to make progress, but again, the knee was an issue apparently for most of last year. And then coming into the spring, he more or less was shut down because of how bad it was. That's not just going to go away. So I don't know if it's a matter of what his pain tolerance is, what he can pitch through. Here's what I would say. If his knee is going to bark at a level that leads him to once again lead Major League Baseball in home runs given up, put him on the injured list and do whatever it takes to get him healthy, because I don't want to see that again. There's no value of trotting him out there so he can rack up a mid-4 ERA and give up key home runs every single time he's on the mound. So I'm not putting any kind of expectation onto what you get from Cutter Crawford. Giolito said he was fine, and then the next day promptly went for an MRI. So I'm not really sure what to believe there. And then Bayo's kind of up in the air, and it seems like they're being very cautious with him. So the decisions that are left for Alex Cora and company come down to these names: as Cora was speaking with reporters, including Pete Abraham of the Boston Globe and members of our WEEI staff as well, Cooper Criswell, Richard Fitz, Quinn Priester, and then the one dark horse of the group, Brockton native and non-roster invitee Sean Newcomb, who has had a tremendous spring so far. 0.93 ERA in 9 2/3 innings this spring as a non-roster invitee for the Red Sox. Lefty, who posted a 3.87 ERA in 332 1/3 innings of work from 2017 to 2019. He was a Braves prospect and really was